Hey YouTube, hey Twitch, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Hey, what's up Vitaly? Nice to see ya. Hey, what's up Pedro? What's up Fitz? Welcome everybody. Just going to do some tweaking here as I always do. Never fully prepared, but there we go. Welcome back to Oxygen Not. Hey, what's up Kitty Cats? Welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. How's everyone? Hey, Sean. Welcome back. Welcome back. Nice to have everyone here for Ani. So, how's everyone? Well, let me explain what's going on here on this. This is another new planet. All right. So I'm trying as many different starts to the game as I can before the actual game comes out on the 11th. So I think we have a date now. June 11th is when the game releases for purchase. So this might be the last playthrough, like at least the last start that I can get before the main game comes out. So that's kind of what this is. So this is different than the last playthrough of someone's trapped already. This is pretty typical of duplicants getting trapped while I'm trying to talk to the stream chat. My PC started ascending out of nowhere. Hey, what's up, Weird Token? What's going on? Nice to see you. Hey, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for joining me tonight. Yeah, so this is another new planet, another new asteroid, rather. And basically, it's a different style. It's a different starting strategy than I did on my last run. So this is my 4th run now, right? So I had the very first run that I played on stream with you guys. And that one was my very first impressions ever of the DLC. Actually, just gonna delete all this stuff. And then I had the second one where I tried to implement like the strategies that I've learned from the first time playing, which was quite significant if you think about it, because I'm sure like when you guys play Ani for the first time, you are trying, like, the game tells you like, hey, this is what you got to do and blah blah blah. So I tried to implement new strategies based on what's available at the start of this playthrough. And then the third run was a little bit more optimized, or geared, sorry, not optimized, maybe geared is the right word, geared towards getting corals as soon as possible. So corals with beacons set up. And that one went pretty well. Like if you guys go back like 2 streams or two or three streams of Ani, I had my colony fully sustained on the beacons, and I had them fully sustained on the corals. And I was about 150, 120, 150 cycles in. Quite, like maybe 10 hours, I guess, 10 hours of playthrough. And that seemed to work out pretty well. This is interesting here, just flooding. And then this playthrough, and then the last playthrough that I started was similar to that, but it was so at that point I had a duplicant, I think, that could move fish around from the start. So I took a duplicant this time as well. Let me just show you guys. I believe it was Digger Rowan, who came already with which one is it? Oh yeah, skilled critter wrenching. So he could move critters from the very start of the game, which is really helpful in a situation like this, because you're so reliant on critters for oxygen early on and for pearl production and things like that. Actually, not pearl production. Coral, seafood production, and or oxygen production if you're on the bloaters, right? So, and then I was prioritizing corals again on that playthrough, and it was just so slow because you don't have pearls at the beginning. You have to sort of go around and look for all the clampums and look for pearls, and it takes kind of forever to get started. But once you get started with enough corals, your base is pretty much fine. But it just takes a long time. So with the strategy that I'm doing on this fourth playthrough now is I'm going for clampums only. So I got 2 clampums already at cycle 32 that are domesticated, and they take 8 cycles to grow 50 kilograms of corals. Or here it is, 50 kilograms of corals. And you need 100 kilograms to make another hydroponic farm, right? So I already have some because I've been kind of going around and collecting them. So I'm trying to speed run basically getting as many corals as possible, and doing so with 2 domesticated clampums. So the next hydroponic farms that I build will be corals that are exclusively meant for producing oxygen. In the meantime, however, I've also shifted my strategy. So instead of beacons, I have bloaters and bloat fry feeding on water weeds, and I'm also supplying my duplicants with lettuce in the meantime. So these guys eat lettuce. The great thing about these is that they don't, like, phosphorite is sort of limited early on. Like you start out with quite a bit, but you have, it's not as easily renewable as just, plopping down water weeds, which literally just take water, salt water, and brine that you already spawn in an abundance with, right? So these ones are a lot easier to, and they're sort of a set it and forget it method. You don't have to really do anything with these. But the bad thing about the bloaters is that they take 4 of them just to make enough oxygen for 1 duplicant, and that's if they're like, fed. So you have to have quite a lot in order to sustain even 5 duplicants. Like, you need 20 bloaters at that point, and that's quite a big tank, right? So I'm gonna see if they can all fit in here. That's what I've been trying to do, and I'm just on the cusp now of unlocking domesticate, or taming these guys. So that's where I am on this playthrough. It's a little bit of a TLDR, and you can see I've got this is going to be my great hall. I have my kitchen here. Actually, I gotta rebuild that because I've been moving stuff over. I didn't have the exact right start that the layout, the configuration that I wanted to. So I'm moving everything over, kind of like that. And hopefully they get that done pretty quick. All right, so that's kind of the idea. And now, of course, I'm going to put my fridge here. And this time, I usually don't do this, but I'm going to box my fridge in. So I have carbon dioxide in this little area, which I usually, like I said, don't really care to do that. I got to mop this up. Otherwise, how did all the water get in here? Oh, it's probably from that. Otherwise, they're going to be really cold when they sleep, and it's going to be annoying. So. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on this playthrough. That's why I decided to restart again. But rest assured that when the DLC is fully released, I will be doing a full run of the Aquatic Planet pack. So that's going to be really exciting because I haven't gotten to mid-game yet. It's been, not that it's been like tough or whatever, but it's been, I've had other priorities, to say the least, on this game. So let's get rid of this so we can, I don't know why this keeps falling, like the water keeps falling over here. Okay, you love the music? The music is really nice on this. Or do you mean the intro music? I like the intro music too. The intro music, so that's why I was kind of a little bit late. A couple seconds. Hey, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch, Dan. Dan, Nightman. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the follow. Nice to see you. Yes, it is it's the 11th. So whatever day the 11th is, I think it's Thursday. Yeah, because Tuesday's the 8th, I think, right? No, tomorrow's the 8th. 9 is Tuesday. Yeah, so yeah, you're right, Thursday. So now the countdown actually stops at 5 minutes, but the music goes a little bit longer than 5 minutes. So I I let the music finish before I start the stream. Pretty typical of Clay. Yeah, they've done really well on this DLC. Let's get this all fixed up. Put that at 9. See, well, with all those days of playing this DLC, what are your thoughts on it? Are there things that you might be missing or needs improving? Yeah, so good question, Fitz. So one of the biggest things that I wish, oh, the cat's here. You guys might get a cat. You know, what are you doing? She's very needy right now. Okay, let's take all the, let's put this to 5 and then put this to 9 so they transfer everything over. And then we'll obviously put this to forever. So one of the things that I've talked about before is that, actually, there's no point in mopping that up until this is finished. So go ahead and put that there, and we'll put some ladders here. I've talked about this before, but this is the biggest thing for me. And, you know, people may say it's okay, like the balancing is fine, but let's see, the swimwear. Oh, they moved it. Nice. Okay, so this is what I was talking about before. This is just a recent update, I suppose. The swimwear was way over here, and you needed I think it was applied science or material. Yeah, it was the material study terminal that you need to unlock in order to get the swimwear. So it kind of made you rush radiation research, which was so annoying because the whole point of Aqua Planet is to have, like swimming. And why can't you make, you know what I mean? Why can't you make swimwear early in the game? So this is really nice. This is really early in the tech tree, versus before you would have to get, like if you didn't spawn with a radiation source, you'd have to use the radiation that's existing, which is not a lot at all. And yeah, really happy about that change. So that was the biggest change, Fitz. So funny that you asked that, because that's that's kind of the most. Okay, what are you doing? Sorry, Chad. The cat's gonna knock my Eska over. I gotta relocate. Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem. Actually, I have another Eska here. I always have 2 Eskas on the desk, so I can just put that on the floor for now. Well, one of them's open because obviously that's my. Oh, there it is. Cheers, everyone. That's a free Eska sip. No one's redeemed that on Twitch. Okay, so anyways, let me just close this thing here. Okay, so yes, that was the biggest complaint that I had, Fitz. Now it seems to be okay. I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. To give you some other maybe thoughts of, like, first of all, my first impression, my overall impressions are that this is an amazing day one DLC. I love how it changed. Like, so again, my opinions haven't really changed since my first impression, because I'll take the pips, I guess. Or do I want a duplicate? I have lots of food. No, I'm talking too much right now. Let's just take the pips. So it's kind of the same as the day one, because I love the changes that it makes to the gameplay elements. Like, water is now no longer a waste of space, right? So the whole reason I always used infinite storage for like liquids is because it just takes up so much space to have all that water around, and like there's nothing you can really do with it. So you kind of have to move all that water every time you want to build something in the way, and I like to hoard water as well. So you know, it just became kind of a hassle to have it in my way. So I started using infinite storage to rectify that. With this DLC, water is now an essential part of the game, right? So you need these tidal turbines. This is important to have water. Obviously, you can have a little bit of a tank for it. You don't have to have a massive pool, but it looks really cool. So they improved the water as well. I love the salt water, the little tiny minerals inside. That looks really sick. And of course, in order to make oxygen early on, you need things like corals, and you need the clam pumps. All need to be submerged. And there's a lot more fish now as well, a lot more aquatic critters. So in general, I think they did an amazing job to make something that was once basically void space. Not void as in like not useful, because obviously water storage is pretty useful, but you know, like just space that's kind of in the way. And they made that into usable and interesting and exciting gameplay. And of course, the swimming is amazing. It's like duplicants not being able to swim is kind of long overdue, I think. I mean, I kind of get why it wasn't in the base game, because you know, like you don't want, I guess, duplicants. I mean, they still, first of all, they still don't swim by default, right? You got to give them the skill point. So once you take on a new duplicant, they don't come with basic swimming. So they kind of just walk around on the bottom like they would in the vanilla. But that's a huge thing. I mean, they swim really quickly. So if you're traversing large areas of water, or like large tanks, it's way quicker than trying to use a ladder. So I'm really happy about that as well. Things that I would change. It's hard to say yet, because I'm still in like the honeymoon phase of just being, just really enjoying it, right? So I would say maybe, I would say that, okay, it's not a hard start, but you really don't spawn with enough time if you're like a new, like let's say if you were a brand new player and you only played Oni for like, I don't know, 10 hours or 50 hours maybe, and then you got the DLC because you're like, wow, I really like this game, I think I'm gonna get all the DLCs, and you buy this. It's kind of more of an intermediate start, as far as like the amount of algae you start with and the amount of mussels that you start with. So it's not really a downside. I think maybe it just makes it less new player friendly, I think. I'm trying to answer that from the perspective of a new player, like all the things that you have to know and kind of put together to make this actually to work. So maybe that's something that maybe a little bit more algae at the start would be good. Like right now, I'm trying to rely exclusively on the bloaters, right? And you know, if you were a new player, you're like, oh yeah, this thing produces oxygen, so let me just put some of these guys down and see how they do. It doesn't really tell you how much oxygen they make either, right? So there's a little bit of a guessing game involved in that sense. I mean, yes, you could go to here, the bloater, you could go to here and it tells you 15 kilograms per cycle. So you need 4 for one duplicate, and even then you're still at a slight negative, which is hopefully supplemented by something, you know, the corals, for instance, that are just kind of there. So I mean, it's a little bit of a learning curve. You sort of have to understand game mechanics already in order to get into it. I don't know if that's the downside though. I think that's good for seasoned players. So you know, I guess it goes both ways. But yeah, I don't really have any other complaints beyond that, because I'm still sort of in the honeymoon phase of really enjoying this DLC. So anyways, hopefully that was a comprehensive enough answer. Oh, these guys are not. Make that. I mean, they can swim over, but you know, I would rather. Okay, let's see what else. So sorry, Dave, I'm kind of a little bit behind here. Just answering that question, trying to do my best to get. Is this DLC the new world? Yes, this DLC is the new. This is the world right here. I'm still kind of a noob and still more keen on playing vanilla, but the change of priority and overall run is quite interesting. Okay, so perfect. That answer might actually apply to you then, Fitz. So I'm glad I sort of took the time to be a little bit more comprehensive about that. So operator Ada, I want mechatronics engineering. I'll go for improved tinkering. So yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like you're probably better off playing vanilla a couple times and maybe experiencing disasters, so you know how to react to disasters, you know. And then after that, it's easier to play a DLC like this, where you might come across scenarios that seem really overwhelming or something. I don't know. Again, it's kind of all. Difficulty is very subjective, right? So just trying to apply as much as I can from looking back at my early game of Ani to answer that. Needs to prepare for PC building stream. Is the PC? Why is it laggy? We're token. Is it laggy? I hope not. I'm not sure what that was a reference to, so I hope that the stream's not laggy. I'm at 160 frames per second right now on my end, so it should be really good quality. Let me check my phone here, what quality I'm getting. 720p 60 is what it's... Okay, so it's 1440p 60 on YouTube, so it should be okay. Everyone hit the thumbs up, by the way. That helps me out a ton. If you could, thank you very much. If you guys are able to do that. How long have you played this game? And how... asked Dave. Sorry, Dave. Yeah, I was a little bit on a tangent there, so it took me a while to get to here. I've played this game probably 1,400 hours now. I would say 13 or 1,400 hours. So quite a long time. Yeah, that's if you're talking about the DLC, probably 50 hours I put into it in total. Probably. Maybe more, but yeah, something around that. My asteroid started with a cold radiation biome with bees. Really, on the Aquatic Planet DLC? That's an interesting story. I've never seen that. I've re-rolled a couple times, even looking for like cool asteroids or whatever for the stream, and I've never seen that. It's really interesting. Let's get this thing here. Not the Eska, says Kitty Cats. Yeah, I gave a free Eska promotion there without the redemption. So if Eska's watching this, like, I'm really repping your product here. You guys gotta get me a sponsorship. maybe someday. How do those tidal turbines work? So basically, okay, so you have a tidal spring. It's just existing. You can't move it. That's maybe one complaint too that you might have if you're like a seasoned player. You might want to move these out of the way, but you just can't because they're on neutronomium tiles. So they have to be submerged, and they suck in water or like whatever liquid that they're submerged in. I think they can be in pretty much anything. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really say. I think it can be in pretty much anything. Like so right now it's like it's consuming liquids, right? And then it erupts the liquid that it consumed. So it's like a 1-to-1 ratio. So you're never like losing liquid, I believe. I don't think you are. And this produces power. When you put a tidal turbine on top of it, like this, when it's erupting, it just turns a turbine and it produces 300 watts of power. So the tricky thing about this is that it does not, it's not constant power, right? So this only produces power when the turbine is turning. So that means you have intermittent power production. So a battery, in fact, maybe more than one battery, is way more useful here than not. So every other playthrough that I've ever done or when I talked about power, I would always say one battery per power source is enough, because like realistically, if this smart battery is always at like whatever high threshold you set, the power production, like let's say it's natural gas, will stop, and then it will just like you won't waste power, right? So there's no reason to have more batteries, because more batteries means there's more heat production, which means there's more power loss, because there's a small amount of power loss. It's trivial, but there's a small amount of power loss, and they take up space, and they take refined metal. So there's really no reason to have more than one smart battery, unless your base is so power hungry and you're not able to make power on demand fast enough to keep up with your demand, which happens sometimes to very, very large colonies, but it's literally never happened to me. I always have one smart battery for each power production method. So I'll have one for all the petroleum boilers, one for all the natural gas, and so on and so forth. In this one, it's not like that, because like I said, there's intermittent power production. So you want to store as much power as you can. So when these guys are offline, you still have power left. Oh, it's kind of like solar panels and accumulators in Factorio, basically. So, when it's nighttime, you want your batteries to give you power. Okay, let's see if I have lots of calories now, so I have lots of salty sticks, so I'm pretty sure I can sustain another duplicate. As far as oxygen goes, I don't have enough bloaters yet, but I'm on the cusp. Actually, I could probably make a coral now. I could probably make a coral tank somewhere here and just drop all this down. Maybe start on that. Now, the question is, do I want to take anyone in the... I don't want Snores Loudly. I don't want Decreased Construction. So Devin is the only one I could consider here. Who's actually pretty good. Athletics, I might I might take Devon. So let's see how this goes. I really hope I don't mess up my oxygen ratio here, but I still have algae left. So I just kind of have to focus on corals like ASAP. So I'll take Devon. I'll put Devon on this schedule, and then I'll start making another tank here for corals. What's this, by the way? I already checked it, but I forgot what it was. This is a water geyser. Okay, so that's actually really helpful for later, not for now. We'll do something like this, and we'll. So that's how the tidal turbines work. Hopefully that was a good enough explanation. I forgot where I left off, but let me know if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to answer questions. Okay, so what are we storing here that I don't need? I don't need Nutrigrain, fish fillet. I mean, salty. Yeah, I guess I'll keep salty sticks, whatever. So then hopefully carbon dioxide will start accumulating here. Okay, so yeah, let's finish this up. We gotta be able to get down and then get back up. And then we'll, I should have made this one lower, actually. Should I integrate this? Maybe the play is to integrate this. There's two of these here, actually. So yeah, maybe this was not very well thought out. Let's redo this. All right, let's integrate all these guys. So we'll do, this will be the end of the tank, and we'll have a very low tank, but a very wide tank. And the benefit of that is I'll be able to put lights on top of my tank and keep my corals producing oxygen without having them not lit up by the beacons. But we'll also have beacons in there, obviously. So for now, we'll get this done. Actually, we'll go one more over. We'll go over like that. Kind of a wasted space here, but you know what? That's probably okay. This will give us a really good way to just go straight up. So let's get these guys done. Okay, one more here, and then we'll do something like this. Stop the water from flowing out. So let's do that. There we go. Okay, and then this is, I could push this water up. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's better to just dump all this water on top of it. Okay, sorry, chat. I'm really far behind here. Let's see. They need to be submerged. I think the swimming pool should be slower and faster to get the level. That's a good point, Fitz, as well. Like, it is really fast. It's so fast that you're almost like, wow. You're almost like, wow, they really gave them that much of a buff, huh? And yeah, it's really quick. So someone's trapped already. Oh, how's Turner? How do you do that? Okay, so what's the best way to get Turner out here? I could just go straight up, but then the water's gonna drain. I kind of don't want to do that. Why don't you build this while you're trapped? I don't mind the water actually just pouring down here. So if he has to do that to get out, that's not the end of the world. Hopefully he's not going to pee his pants. Okay, popped eardrums and holding breath. Okay, so he should be okay. Let's go. I love seeing this DLC. Can't wait until it's live. I've been waiting to get back into Ani. Nice to see you, Kevin. Welcome to the stream. Oh, hey, Dark Frost. Sorry I missed. I was on a tangent there, but thank you so much for the sip of Eska. Nice to see you, Dark Frost. Hey, what's going on? Always happy to have you, Dark Frost. And nice to see you as well, Kevin. It's free for now, so no downside to playing as long as you have the vanilla. Yeah, that's a great point. And that's kind of what I was alluding to in my first impressions video of it, is there's literally no downside to get it right now. It's basically a free trial. The only downside is if you really want to play like the vanilla game and you're intent on playing your current colony, then obviously I wouldn't load this game at the same time because you might have issues with the save file or whatever. I don't know. Something that I probably wouldn't want to try. But yeah, that's kind of the only downside if you're intent on continuing your current playthrough. But other than that, it's really easy to flip back and forth. So it's honestly not that big of a deal. By the way, this is... Hey, thank you, Kitty Cats, for the membership. Really appreciate your support. Thank you so much, Kitty Cats, for becoming a member. So yeah, there's no downside to getting it, and it's free, but it won't be free after the 11th, right? So it's kind of like a demo that you get to try. The cat is stealing his Eska. Yeah, thank you so much for being a Mush Bar chef for 2 months. Really appreciate your support, kitty cats. Thank you so much. How many days or years is that? Well, if someone wants to do some quick math, 1,400 hours. Did I say days by accident? I meant 1,400 hours. Google says it's 11 continuous years. I might have said days by accident because people are saying it's 14 consecutive years. Obviously, I haven't played the game that long. But if I wouldn't put it past myself to make that mistake. Okay, almost time to make the Great Hall here. Actually, it is pretty much time to make the Great Hall. Let's go to here. Where's the furniture? So I have probably 8. I probably won't have more than 8 duplicates. So we'll do that, and then we'll put a water cooler in the middle. I made it symmetrical this time. That's really good. And then we'll have some planters. Some planters everywhere. I don't know how many I need. Oh, no. Let's go back and pick a cool looking plant. I like green. So we'll do that. And then water cooler. And hopefully that's enough decor. Sometimes I don't put enough decor. So we'll do... Yeah, the Husher cups are pretty good. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then, yeah, we'll continue digging this out. And then, okay. I think everyone's lacking their own apologetic events. Imagine if the title events went crazy for 20 days, sucking up the water and releasing it as Steam at a crazy rate. You know what? That would be kind of cool. I don't know if you can geotune these, but wouldn't it be hilarious if you could? And there was some very useful but very hard to control aspect to it after you started to geotune it. That would be kind of interesting. Okay, let's put this here. Actually, I don't even need that, but continue doing this. I'm really far behind trying to get caught up here, or even sucking all the water up and releasing it somewhere else. Oh, that would be interesting as well. You could have like a... Hey, thank you so much, Mark Jason, for becoming a member as well. Really appreciate that. Oh, hang on a second. That's 5 gifted memberships from Kitty Cats. Thank you so much, Kitty Cats, for your support. You are awesome. And then Kitty Cats also with the moral support and the Sip of Eska on Twitch. Thank you so much, Kitty Cats. You are awesome. Everyone, if you're in chat and you got a membership, please thank Kitty Cats for the support. They've been around for a couple months now, and they always support this channel. I'm very grateful of that. So if you got a membership, please thank them in the chat. And I'm still trying to get caught up. I'm going to be further behind now. Well, oh yeah, so did I take my sip? I don't think I took my sip. Okay, I saw someone said the water is falling. I hope that it's not a bad, a water that I wanted to keep. Looks like it's not. What was that sound? A hype train? Kitty Cats gifted 5 gifted subs on Twitch, and a hype train has started. I've never heard the hype train sound before. That is so cool. Thank you so much, Kitty Cats. So if you got a gifted sub on Twitch, please thank Kitty Cats. Thank you so much for the insane support, Kitty Cats. Yeah, that was the first time I've heard the hype train, I think. Maybe it's happened before, but I can't remember ever hearing it. So really appreciate all the support, Kitty Cats. Okay, sorry, I'm so far behind here. The background tile resource, is that every biome or just the start? So Dan, great question. This background tile is kind of everywhere. So like you see it down here as well. It's just like this is granite, for instance. I like, by the way, I really like the animated backgrounds that they have in various different locations. They're not everywhere, but they're also quite spread out. I think they're inside new biomes, like all the new biomes that there's 4 new biomes in this DLC, and I think they all have background tiles. Like you can see, here's an old ocean biome. They don't have any background Oh, there's another thing here. They don't have any background tiles that you can harvest. And by the way, Iron Volcano. By the way, it's also really a good idea to mine those tiles out before you build over top of them. So I always forget to mine them out. It's probably a good way to optimize, like going forward, if you're really trying to get all the different types of materials and a lot of them, right? Okay, so let's build some. Actually, that's so far. Why am I building it so far? I'm gonna build it a lot closer, and then let's see if this is gonna work out. I'm gonna put one here, one here. Yeah, this is perfect. Okay, I built this correctly. Nice. So we have enough. We have 21 kilograms of pearl. Okay, that's 80 more. I think I need. Okay, now we have 100. Nice. See. Okay, stats takes into account the game time running, not only playtime, so a little bit more sane. Really? I did not. I don't know how that works. So, the highest ever recorded game time for a single player is Dota 2, and 99,000 hours. What? Hopefully that was their full-time job. That's really impressive. I mean, really impressive, but also, is that? Oh, nice. I'll take the pemmican. Do I need the pemmican? Yeah, you know what? This never goes bad. So what I'm going to do is actually disable the pemmican. And then that way, if I really, really need that to be... If I have a food problem, I have some on backup. So I'm going to move this over and also going to move that over. Okay, so let me get caught up here. The water's falling. Okay, so hopefully the water didn't fall in a bad area, but the water's gonna fall for a long time. Yes. Yes, this was your 2 months miles. I hope I mentioned that. I hope I mentioned that this was your 2 months. So you sometimes when I like talk about memberships and stuff, even if people are multiple members, I often neglect, and this is my bad, I often neglect to say that it was a resub, and I just say thank you for the membership. But you are correct, and it's my bad if I did not say. You will have been a mush bar chef for 2 months. So thank you for that. Let's see, that's hey, what's up, Rad Chuck? What's going on? Nice to see you. So let's see here. Holy crap, says Fitz. And then I got a sub on YouTube. Nice, awesome. Let's see, finally able to catch a stream again. Hey Josh, nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could catch it once again. Always appreciate having you guys come by. So now here we go. We got some more pearls thanks to these things providing some domesticated, and we've also got some around the map that we've been able to get. So now we're gonna have 2 corals. I'm not going to fill them with water just yet because I really want to see how these bloaters... Well, okay, let's be honest here. I don't have enough bloaters to sustain my colony. So these kind of have to be like domesticated ASAP, right? So this has to be dug out quite quickly with some urgency and getting some more water in this location. I think it's not too big of a deal to just kind of dig all this out like that. Just obviously just need a little bit of motivation for my duplicants to make it that far, and then we'll I kind of want to keep this because I could build a wall around it and make it another power producing. Also, now that we have these tidal turbines, which will eventually be submerged, I can build more power producers. Okay, so Dark Frost says, thanks Kitty Cats for the subs. Ethan should name you High Priestess when he becomes Overlord of Canada. That's hilarious. Great to hear that you got a... oh, did you get a... No, you're already a sub, right, Dark Frost, I think? I don't see it on my... Okay, so on my main chat here that's integrated with my OBS, I don't see all that information. So I should probably download Stream Elements or something that's already integrated. But anyways, yeah, that's really nice of Kitty Cats for all the stream support. Factorial Lazy Chat streams made Ethan's chat interaction substantially slower. So yeah, I do a lot more thinking on I do a lot more thinking and planning when it comes to Factorio, right? So it's noticeably a little bit. I'm a little bit slower when it comes to that because I'm trying to like understand. I'm trying to not to make too many mistakes and disappoint the stream. But it's funny that you mentioned that because it's getting to the situation now where I think I'm severely underestimating just how much I'm going to have to fight the biters, and it's going to be a problem. I think we'll see. Like I'm expecting good things, but yeah, I don't think I'm in a good spot to like when I finally start researching again to defend against them. So, oh, this is overflowing again. This has been. I don't know where the water's coming from. Like, there's no more water here. So I don't know. Let's keep digging on this and we'll see what happens, I guess. Okay, yeah, I mean, I don't mind the water flowing because it just goes into here, which I need anyways, but then my duplicates get soggy feet all the time. But so people, actually, it's been funny. I don't know if it's just a meme or if it's people like joking around or whatever, but it's funny because I think it's actually Fitz that I'm not calling you out, Fitz. I just don't remember if it was you or not. But people say that I hate Factorio because I think I'm significantly less less upbeat when I'm playing it. But it's really just because I'm thinking. And if you ever see me watch or play like a new game or whatever, I don't talk like at all because I'm trying to like understand and take it in and all that. I'm not. Let's go. Again, we have so it can go like this and it's just fine. But do I take the sacrifice to do it one lower? Then it has less. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's what is this 10 watts? Like I'm really concerning over 10 watts. No, this is fine. So we'll put it right here, and this will be the top of the tank, kind of like that. So yeah, it's just really funny because I think my like this game I can play pretty much without even looking at it, right? I mean, yeah, that's honestly why I run into so many issues where where I have duplicates getting trapped and things like that because I lose focus. Oh, so Dark Frost, you did get one. Okay, awesome. Choo-choo, yeah, choo-choo. So hype train level 2, that's pretty cool. I've never had a hype train level 2 before, so that's pretty awesome. Ethan, I'm a female, by the way. I have mentioned it before, but you say they. Yeah, I do say they. Just, not sure if people prefer what people prefer. So if I don't know, like distinctively, I just say they. But I will call you a her from now on. I mean, yeah, I remember that you did mention it, I think. I also don't have the best memory sometimes. So. That's almost a decade of gaming. That is insane. The Crusader. If it's connected to a pool of water with higher height, it flows through. Hey, what's up, Zill? I think your name is Zill. Yes. So it's been connected like this for a while, and I keep blocking it off, and there's just like more water coming out. So I think it's because this is getting pushed down over time, and maybe it's like flowing over here. It just takes a long time for it to move. That's what I think is on. But like I said, it's not really a big deal. I need it in here anyways because, I'm constantly consuming it. In fact, I'm going to be consuming it even more. This thing only takes salt water. Okay, so let's see. I have salt water in here. I have salt water here, but it's mixed in with water. So perhaps I don't try to mess with it too much and just have, Well, I guess for now I can put it here. It's going to take a while to fill all these with corals. So move it here for now. We'll just run this through, and then we'll move it later, which is like what everybody says about everything in Ani. But so we'll do that. And then, of course, I want some beacons because beacons will be important to provide the lime. You hate Factorio. It was you, Fitz. I knew it. I think you have gifted at least 40 subs, kitty cats. I mean, combined, I think just on YouTube alone, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I'm pretty sure you gifted 40. The Factorio hatred must grow. Do I need power on this thing? See, just checked my Ani and it's 1,700 hours. Wow, that's really good, Josh. So I have rookie numbers. I'm not gonna lie, I have rookie numbers to some of the people in chat. I know people that come by have like 3,000 hours, 4,000 hours, just insane numbers, and you know, I'm a rookie compared to them. I just happen to be the hey, thank you for the subscription on YouTube, Uchi. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming by, and glad that you're enjoying the stream. Also, chat, like just an FYI, if the best way, honestly, to support. Obviously, I'm very grateful for the subs on Twitch and the memberships. But if you just hit the like button, that is super awesome. And even if you're a lurker, you can support, and you can still keep on lurking. So that's really awesome if you could do that. That helps the stream out, and you know, helps get it to more people. Okay, so let's see. I have lots of duplicates that can be leveled up. So Devin, actually, I could have leveled up Devin quite a while ago. Devin was kind of just, I kind of want, I don't know yet. Let's just give Devin hard digging swimming for now. So the digger, Rowan, and we want to get up to suit sustainability eventually. So we'll go for improved carrying. So the cook, she's a cook and a farmer. So she kind of does everything. She's going to have a lot of workload. I think. Well, Kai's going to be another rancher. Ada doesn't have a skill point. I'm not sure which direction I want to take. Who is this? Hey, thank you so much for the super chat as well, Kitty Cats. Kitty Cats just hitting all the check marks for for support tonight. Thank you so much. I gotta start putting the things on the screen, so. So you guys can get some more acknowledgement. Really appreciate your support, Kitty Cats. I don't know. I'm gonna leave. Who's this, by the way? I forgot. It doesn't show the name here. Maya, and then Turner. I guess Turner would do really well astronomy because I can get started with. I don't think I'm gonna get to telescope though on this playthrough. So let's just do hard digging, and then they can help out with the digging. People have a lot of hours, but they let the game run overnight and other AFK stuff. Says Drew. So AFK does count towards the game. Is what you're like gameplay is what you're saying? Let's take a. Oh, I think this. Yeah. Well, I have lots of food right now. I don't want decreased construction. Don't want decreased science. Marie is not. I actually really like Marie. She's one of my favorite duplicates, but she can't build. So. Taking that. You know, not that I really need her to build. I just don't like duplicates that are handicapped in very particular ways, which are like that. You know, I don't like increased air consumption unless I'm late into the game. Oh, I gotta be careful here because it's cold. So this maybe it's time to find another entrance to this area. Let's take that off, and then. Yeah, we'll just kind of go like this. I don't like duplicates that get handicapped in ways like that because it just makes it a little bit like something else to watch out for that I don't really care for, you know? So okay, these things are working now. I'll leave the sand there for the time being, and then we'll dig all this out, and these are now producing oxygen for us. 150 kilograms per second because they're domesticated. So I am using lime. Now, I need to start renewing my lime. Let's go over here. I have 68 kilograms of lime, and these things take 5 kilograms per cycle. So, yeah, time to start getting some beacons in here as well and relocating them. Again, this is why I really like the duplicates that I can move around, fish with. Really helps out. With this regard. Okay, so this is getting kind of cold, so I want to be careful. The beacons have to be sustained though, right? So they only produce lime when they eat, I think. So we'll have to just come and grab them, put them into here. Actually, I don't have to take them so far. Like I don't have to put them right there. They can just flop their way in and it's fine. And the beacons will also produce a ton of meat. So okay, that's good. And then let's start getting this mopped up. So once again, we'll mop it up. Okay, let's see. Kitty Cat says goated, says Josh. She is. She is awesome. She's always comes by and supports. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Drop them likes for Ethan as well. She said on the super chat. Vitali says, hell yeah, they named techies so that the game doesn't take over with more techies. Kiddied. I like that. Imagine leaving Ani and going to sleep and come back to see the colony lost. You know, the ultimate flex is leaving it on and not losing it though, right? So people keep asking for a 24-hour stream, which I'm pretty, like, you know, I kind of know that it's mostly for fun as a joke, but you know, let's say one day I actually do it and I just leave the game running in the background. That's my Ani 24-hour stream. Okay, let's do some debris sweeping here. I have so many things everywhere. It's just kind of annoying. So, especially all this water that I have. I saw another person playing Ani, and they had so many cool, or they had a very neat base. I want to do the same thing. It just looks so messy. Let's get all this cleared up, and I don't care about the farm. I have to say, the farm can stay for now. Just all this stuff while I'm chit-chatting. Get everything swept up. Especially all the bottles. The bottles are annoying. They're kind of everywhere. Have you gotten more than one from me at Darks? Ask Kitty Cat. So Kitty asked Dark Frost Kitty Cats is asking you something just in case you didn't see it. Okay, so we have polluted oxygen here now, which I kind of don't want. Let's get rid of that. And then sweep the salt water. Okay, so our storage is full, so it's going to take a little bit of... Okay, so let's get some more water in here. I think the next step is to get into this area, put a wall around here. So I'm going to go up, and I'll come in this way. Put a wall around this. It's funny that I can make snow tiles already. I don't know why. It's just interesting that it's there. And then we'll put another tidal turbine on this thing. And then we'll fill it up with this, but then at the same time, we'll let a lot of it drop. Okay, and then pearls. So we have beacons here now. So one of the interesting things about this DLC, Chad, just in case you haven't played it yet or you're wondering or whatever. Let's see, the grooming. The aquatic grooming station, I've noticed, cannot go on somewhere without a backing. So you need a backing to put it. And I couldn't figure out what was going on before because I was like, why can't I go here? There's literally nothing in the way. But as soon as you move it over backing, it works. I figured that out pretty early. So this is not like a new thing. But I just wanted to give you a heads up in case you ever have problems. Placing it. So yeah, we'll put it right here as close to the surface as possible. I hope this doesn't destroy. Yeah, this shouldn't destroy that, but it's too close. I don't like it there. Let's move it a little bit higher, and then we'll probably feed from up here. We'll probably put a feeder there. We also need the water planter. Put a couple of these guys, and then well, obviously when the water gets filled up, this will make a lot more sense. Needs hey, Unkindly says needs backing or drywall. Yes, drywall does work too. So I did get drywall unlocked. Oh no, I didn't. I think it's working on drywall, but oh, there's no water available. I don't have a pitcher pump. Kind of funny that I deleted that and not rebuilt it. So let's put a pitcher pump right here. This should be okay. I suppose I could have just no. I don't want to do that. Let's move this. And we'll put the pitcher pump right there. And then I can relocate that wherever. I don't really care where I put that. Take that out. And then missing research station. Well, you're not doing research anyway, so don't complain. And that should have access to water. Yes, that's in the water. Okay, cool. And then we'll move the research station over to this side. Okay, so that's fine. Let's clean this up again. Getting all this stuff put away. Okay, and then we're gonna have a star nickel here. I have not gotten a star nickel. Oh, this has to be a stable too, which I totally forgot about. So what we'll do is we'll put a door here. And then obviously I'm producing oxygen here, so I don't want to stop that from happening or stop that from flowing out. I might want it to stop it from flowing in this direction. Oh, by the way, I have another geyser. So this was a water geyser, and this was a infectious polluted oxygen vents. That's not bad. That means that I can pretty much have oxygen even without all this aquatic stuff. Nice to see you, Unkindly. Welcome. The backing and the grooming station is drywall is smart. Yeah, so it's actually pretty. It works out. Ends up working out pretty well. You can if you accidentally mine out the backing, which I kind of like. I really hope that they add drywall, or that you could make your own custom backing that is similar to this. Once then you can have, then your pools look really really interesting with the art style. But anyways, I kind of like it because it encourages you to use drywall in places that you normally wouldn't, right? And it kind of makes the overall aesthetic of the game sort of come together. So I can put this here, and I believe this will still be a stable. Okay, let's put the textile loom. I don't think I need that yet. So there it is. I finally got the drywall. But yeah, I could just take out the salt and fix that. But anyways, oh, I forgot. My duplicates cannot come up here. So let's put that there. A couple ladders so they can get from all over the place. And yeah, let's keep going on that. Hey, Sphinx, nice to see you. Welcome. Sphinx says, what I like to do with my turbines is connect up the 3 of them to a regular wire, which goes into a transformer input, then transformer out goes to the main power spine for cheap power distance. That's actually a really good idea. So one of the downsides, actually, that's a great point. One of the downsides to the turbines is that if you want to connect it to your main power grid, you sort of have the like a very weird run of heavy wire all over the place, which is not ideal to have early on in your colony. So the way I normally start a playthrough is I'll have my heavy wire very short, connected to multiple transformers, and then expand upon it. Like let's say for instance, when I place a metal refinery in a cold biome, let's say here, I'll run a heavy wire up there, and then that'll give me all that room for expansion with regards to power. In this game, if you want to do a full power network right away, you're sort of left with heavy wire running all over the place and basically spending a lot of time building it. So that's a really good way to get around that, which is just with the transformers, like you said. But also, if you do happen to connect all the turbines with heavy wire, then you already have almost a circular or a U-shaped power network kind of ready to go. So when you do incorporate industrial power creation methods like petroleum or hydrogen or whatever the case, so natural gas, for instance, because you do have natural gas vents at the bottom, then you already have a built power system, right? So it kind of also helps out in that regard. So there's like, depending on how you like to play, there's a couple benefits to just doing that if you have enough material. So I don't need another cook, although I would like... Melee is actually not bad, and I have a lot of food, and now I have oxygen. Cannot attack, I don't care about that. Nails, cannot attack, don't care. I'm kind of really inclined to take Camellia just because of her cooking is so high. Although the pica bush... Can I use the picas anywhere on this planet? The pike apples, I always call them something else, but so these things I can use for the phloxes. What else? Applications. So I could use them for the pacus. That might not be that bad. I mean, the food that they make is really terrible. So not something that I mean, the berry, okay, that's not bad, actually. I could make berry sludge with it if I had sleet wheat and mega fronds. So actually, it's not too bad. I think I'll go for that just in case I want to divert to. Wait a minute. What's the temperature on these ones again? Oh, 4 degrees. That's really cold for this asteroid. Minus 14. Never mind. I'm not even gonna try to run that on this asteroid. I'd rather just do Megafawn. It's way easier. See, I'll take Camille, and Camille can be my dedicated cook. Now we'll have a cook on all the schedules. I think we'll have 3 cooks in total once everyone is leveled up. And yes, she can go right there. Cool. So let's see. Let's take a look at the schedules really quick. So Camille will be cooking right away. We have Maya being a cook as well. And who else? That's it for now. So Maya and Camille are cooks. But someone else likes being a cook anyway. So Maya and Camille have to be on different schedules. Which they're not. So let's put Camille here. Okay, so that's fine. And then also we'll do this. The priority for cooking, we'll change that for Maya or Camille, so she's prioritizing that. And we'll take it out from, we'll take the top urgency out from Maya because she can focus on farming and ranching as well. But I'm not going to remove her ability to cook altogether because she's still useful for that. I just don't want her workload to be exponentially higher than everyone else's, because cooking, ranching, and farming all take up a lot of time. Okay, so this is not closed off yet, but once it is, I'll have a little ranch in here. Okay, so gotta go, Ethan. See ya, Pedro. Sorry, I think I might have missed your message. You might be already gone, but thank you so much for coming by tonight and saying hello. Really appreciate that. And by the way, I'm pretty sure I missed the sip of Esca from Kitty Cats from 8 minutes ago, so gonna take my sip, and thank you for the moral support as well. Really appreciate all your support tonight, Kitty Cats. Hey, Vitaly says, to be fair, a regular person you meet on the street and decide you go on a date with would be crazy at the same time. I think I missed the message. I don't think I understand the I think I scrolled. My chat just kept going. So let me go back up here and see what the context is for that. This would be an awesome achievement, says Fitz. Don't you think? And not making any commands for hours and letting it fall. So that would be pretty cool to have just a 24-hour stream and get an achievement for it. For not doing anything. That might be not to say that I want to do it, but honestly, if I did do a 24-hour stream, that's what it would have to be, because I just wouldn't. There's just no way I would be able to stay awake that long, I think. But maybe one day. You never say never, right? Never say never. Maybe one day I win the lottery and I can do it. Hey, thank you for the sip of Esca, Crimson Riots. Nice to see you, Crimson Riots. So you guys are gonna make me go to the bathroom here. I'm already half done my Esca. Okay, that would be the hardest achievement for sure. Going 24 hours without making a command, that would be hilarious. But you know what? That would be so on point with Ani, I think, or for Clay to make an achievement like that, just because of the fact that, you know, the whole point of Ani, other than, you know, like experimenting and having fun and whatever, is to sort of make a base that is fully self-sustaining. So the ultimate flex, I think, would not only... Oh, why is there barbecue on the ground? Would be not only to... Great Hall, nice. Would not only to like have a fully sustainable base, but to be able to have an achievement to show it off. And obviously, that's what that would do. That would be pretty cool. Let's take a look at our oxygen. Looking pretty good. Looking a little bit bleak in some areas. We're still kind of reliant on algae. Like when this gets overpressured, then I think we're safe to say that we're not reliant on algae. So I haven't... let's see. Let's get this online. Sorry, I keep saying online. Let's just get it unlocked. So I can make an off switch for it and kind of shut it off before I use up all my algae. And then I can start prioritizing getting these things. So this is... Why is this not working? Oh, there's probably not enough water. Yeah, that's what it probably was. Okay, so let's get this built ASAP. Once this gets built, I can open this up. So that at a higher priority. And also, I have reed fibers here, which is really nice because I can start coming to these hydroponic farms and using up my polluted water. Okay, would you go on a celebrity date for a set amount of subs given? I mean, that's I never considered that. Well, like, what does a celebrity date mean? You know, like, I don't even know what would be what would be so different about a celebrity. So, I was thinking that the celebrity would need subs to go on a date with me, right? Not the other way around. And then Unkindly says hello there. Hello, Unkindly. That backing on the grooming station drywall is smart. Okay, so I missed a couple messages, but I did read these. Isn't polluted water oxygen vent just really bad? I heard some say the ratio is really bad on any of them. So I don't, okay, so you have a good point, Fitz. I don't usually use them, but it's not because of the ratio. It's because it's infectious. So this one here is infectious polluted oxygen. So I forgot what the temperature is coming out of here, but I just hate dealing with germs. Now, it's not that hard to deal with germs. There's very easy ways to automate this. It's just I don't want to have to do that. I'd rather just have electrolyzers, and especially if you have like electrolyzers also make power, right? And they don't go dormant. So I would never willingly use an oxygen vent unless I literally had no other choice. That's kind of my opinion on those. But yeah, they are not fun to use, in my opinion. Just because, and again, it's just because of the fact that you have to. You know what? Let's unlock it. Let me unlock it so I can see what the temperature is that it comes out at, because then I'll be able to give a much more comprehensive answer. I mean, sometimes celebrity go on date with someone could donate some money to charity or something like that. That's what's some dangerous the days that you don't know who is not hers. Yeah, I don't know. I've never considered that. Honestly, I think, you know, if you have enough, this is gonna fall in. If you have an exorbitant amount of money, like that you're considered a celebrity, I think you're probably busy. Just happy to be able to help support, says Kitty Cats. Well, I always appreciate you coming by and dropping members and subs. But like I said, anyone, if you're just looking to support the channel, a like is very helpful in and of itself, because that helps other people see the content and grow the community. So anything is appreciated. To be fair, a regular person you meet on the street and decided to go on a date would be crazy at the same time. Okay, so now I kind of get the context to this. Yeah, so it's basically the same thing, right? Like the celebrity is like, you know, I'd have dinner with a celebrity, like, sure, and it doesn't have to be a date scenario. Like, it could be just a fun chat, like to ask them about what's life like being a celebrity, you know? I don't know if they would want to answer the same questions as they always do, though. That might be not the most interesting time for them. But, oh, Rowan's gonna get stuck. Hey, Rowan, it's time to use your brain, bro. Can you build yourself out of here? What do you have down here? You have this thing. All right, go for it. Nope. Okay, fine. Kai's gonna get you out then. Okay, actually the water went up, so he could have got himself out anyway. No, you know what? Like, I'm just... I don't think it's... oh, this is heater. I don't think that... I would go on a date with a random person on the street. You know, I think that's kind of... I would have dinner with a random person if they seemed interesting. I think that's a lot different than, like, expecting... some sort of... expecting the beginning of a relationship, you know? I don't know. It's never really thought about it, so it's hard to answer. But that's kind of my thoughts on that. They're making a fanfic of you and Ethan already. Oh no, please no fanfic. See, pike apples are from Frozen Planetary. Yes, they are. Yeah, not the biggest fan of the pike apple. Oh, there's a beacon stuck in here. Let's take this one out. Put it right in here. I think this is, yeah, just put it right here and it can find its way. Okay, so now here's a better answer to the infectious polluted oxygen question, Fitz. The infectious polluted oxygen vent produces oxygen at 60 degrees, and it has germs, and it goes dormant. So those are like 3 really bad things that I would not want to deal with. Now, if you really needed oxygen that badly, you could just uncover this and it'd be fine, right? There'd be like literally no problem. Actually, it's dormant right now, so I'm tempted to build it in. I don't have insulated tiles yet. So if you really needed oxygen, this would be fine to keep, and you know, it would make oxygen for you. But you're gonna have germs all over the place. You're gonna have sick duplicants, and if you're new at the game, and if you really need oxygen that badly, slime lung is no joke. I mean, slime lung is easy to deal with, but not if you have no oxygen, which probably means you have no food. If you're that, you know, if you're that new at the game, you probably have food problems. If you have oxygen problems, and now you're gonna have slime lung to deal with as well, and stressed out duplicants. It's really not fun when you put all that together. Okay, let's take the plum squash again. I think I'm good for duplicants for the moment. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, so I got it. I'm good for duplicants for the moment. Devin, what are you doing? You're just standing there. Okay, so we shut off the algae maker. So we're gonna try and sustain our colony. Oh, actually, we're really low on oxygen. So this has to be like doing better. So can I make another one? I've been sort of procrastinating for too long. I need to make another one, and that'll really help. And this one light basically does a lot anyway. Let's do, but now I have to worry about lime, right? So lime's gonna be a big issue for me if I'm going to be sustaining them on the corals. But I mean, it's been nice having these 2 clam pumps producing an extra little bit of pearls for us. Not sure if, yeah, I'll leave the sea queen there. I don't really need, I can always bust this open. There's 6 kilograms of oxygen here. So that's not a bad, there's 5 kilograms up here. Yeah, so it's not bad. Let's put these, oh, I don't have any star nickels yet. Let's go get a star nickel. Let's get this uprooted. Should be able to do that just fine. And this one here as well. Uproot this. This takes quokina, I think it's called. I don't know how to say that. But I need a couple of these to sustain the beacons. Oh, these take pearls as well? Damn, these take pearls as well. So hang on, that might not be the best use for that. I might want to remove these, feed these with phosphorite, and then build another coral. Yeah, I might want to just maybe destroy that and get the glass back. This is 50 kilograms of pearl versus, so then I'd have 71. Do I have another pearl? This, I mean, I guess I have some here. I can go get this one. Do I have any more pearls coming up in the very near future? 95. So I do have quite, there's one over here. Yeah. Okay, so I don't have to destroy it. There's one that's going to be right here. And perfect. Okay, so I'll be able to make another one very, very soon. And then, of course, we'll put the star nickels in here. And that will feed the corals. Now, this is not submerged. Oh, sorry, not... we'll put this here. I want more water in here, so we'll have to open this up. Or do we open this? Let's see. This has a tidal turbine, so I don't really think I'm going to use this for quite some time, and I can always drop this into it. So I think what I'm going to do is just drop all this water in. We'll do that. We'll drop this water in, and then we can close the lid on that. Actually, we'll keep that intact, and we'll just dig up. I'll put that to 8. Okay, sorry, chat. Let me get caught up with you here. Later, man. Say, hey, Josh. See you next time. Thanks for coming by. I usually put early birds and night owls on their own schedules only. Yeah, so you can. Yep, you could do that. So I like to spread my schedules out because I can have smaller bathrooms, and it really helps to keep everything Like I don't like to have massive washrooms where, like, if I have, let's say, 8 people on a schedule, then I need 8 different lavatories just in case they all decide to go on at the same time or whatever, right? You don't really need that. They're usually never that specific, but I like to do that. Just as out of abundance of caution. So with different schedules, you always have somebody awake, which is really, really nice. That is actually one of the biggest things on the a biggest new player tip I would give is have somebody always awake, because if you don't, it's very easy. Let's say if you're very early in your base to run out of power that is producing oxygen, and if you're producing oxygen, if you suddenly run out of power, you're sort of lagging behind. You also want algae deliveries and, let's say, lime deliveries, and whatever deliveries need to be done. You want someone always to be able to do that, and that's why I like to have schedules like just spread across, staggered like this. So I always have duplicants awake whenever possible. Okay, so Devin, let's do. I guess farm. We're gonna go for critter ranching. I think with Devin, that'll be probably. Well, how many? I have 3 ranchers already, so I probably don't need another rancher for the time being. Let's just get Devin improved carrying. That's a universally great skill. Farming cook, Kai. I think we'll do critter ranching 2. Or no, improved carrying is fine. Ada already has that, so we're really close to sustainability with Ada. But Ada's going for mechatronics engineering actually, and then the rancher Kai. I think I'll give rancher Kai also agriculture, so that way we can have 2 farmers. So we'll go back here, and now I'm going to limit the farming only to certain duplicates. So farmer and farmer, and then let's just make sure that Kai and farmer are not on the same schedule. So Kai is on a different schedule than Maya. Yes, perfect. I think the music stopped. More drinks, says Crimson Riots. Yeah, I'm almost done with this one. Pinky promise. Kitty keeps drinking your Eska. So Fitz says, I got Lacavore and Carnivore achievements. I'm still liable for super sustainable. Can I consider myself a noob anymore, or do I have to wait for the last one? No, I think if you're starting to achievement hunt, I think you're very well on your way to not being a noob. I mean, it's, again, being a noob is subjective. I don't think anyone who's played this game long enough to get achievements that are considered to be quite challenging would be a noob. So I think you're doing really well. Really well, Fitz. And again, it is sort of subjective, right? Like, I don't want to. Hey, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch, Saul EFGA. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Glad you're enjoying. Let's go ahead and get this. I don't really want to go close to that, so you know what? We'll open this up. A little bit of radiation never hurt anybody, right? Just ask. Just ask my super duper dreamland or super duper wetland duplicants that had multiple nuclear meltdowns. I just pushed to the edge of the desk. The Eska. Terra DLC, Terra Asteroid, of course. No, I don't think, to be honest, I don't think if you can sustain your colony and feed your duplicates, I don't think you're a noob at all. That takes a lot of planning and a lot of okay, I will say this as well. I don't think that if you exclusively like to play mid game, and maybe you're a chronic restarter, or maybe you just never launched a rocket or whatever, I don't think you're a noob. Only like 5% of the people that ever played Oxygen Unincluded launched a rocket. So it's actually quite surprising how few people make it to the end of the game. The game is just so long. So to consider the metric of like how deep you've got into the game as a way to say whether you're a noob or not, I think is a little bit disingenuous. I think there's a lot more that goes into. I think as long as you can, you know what you're doing to sustain your colony, I think you're not a noob for sure. There's my expert opinion on noobs. Okay, let's make sure this doesn't get flooded, right? So I might have to start kind of thinking about doing this now, closing this in. Otherwise, I got to drain the water, which would be really annoying. No, it looks like it's okay. It looks, as long as these things are, we'll see. Well, we'll close that. We'll see. I play Lack of More full time now. I try to use wild plants as much as possible and use nature reserves to keep the morale up. Yeah, that's a great. I love that you can do like different types of gameplay like that. That's what makes Oni so cool, in my opinion, is that there's so many different ways you can go about going through the game. Some people like to do challenge runs. Some people like to do not just challenge runs, but like exclusively. Ooh, my dupe. Yeah, a little bit low on oxygen. Exclusively thinking about like going towards one particular plant or a food or whatever. You know, just so many different ways. It's really fun to see all the different variation. Hey, I definitely need another coral. So the bloaters, unfortunately, cannot sustain. Like, I mean, I could have helped myself by putting a aquatic grooming station here, right? That would have helped, but then I would have to close this in. There's a little bit more involved into getting this set up to be a stable versus this is still not quite as stable. I think, why is this outside of stable? I don't know. I feel like it's just too big. Oh, you know what? This used to work. The aquatic grooming station used to work without being a stable, I think, because I have it working on another asteroid where this pool was massive. So now I guess it needs the proper stable size in order to make it work, which is the proper stable size is 96 tiles. So now massive tanks like this no longer work with this grooming station. That's interesting. So that must have been a change that was made during one of the last updates, because that was obviously not like that when the DLC first came out. Anyways, it's not that big of a deal as long as I have lime coming from these guys. Like, as long as they're eating, they should be producing lime. And that's kind of the main thing. So anyways, let's plant the star nickel here. No seed available. That's a lie. Let's get one more seed. Polluted water vent is 30 degrees. Yeah, so the water vent, sorry, I know this was a while ago. Miamism, I think. Miamism. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Oh, by the way, just want to mention this as well. We had 200 followers on Twitch. I just saw the alert now. 200 followers with Saul's last follow. So thank you so much for all the follows, everyone. Okay. So yeah, so Miamism says it's 30 degrees if it's a polluted water vent. This one is a water vent down here, so this is 90 degrees. And this is an infectious oxygen vent, so it's 60 degrees. But yes, you are correct. If it's polluted water, it's 30. It's one of the best ones you could possibly get. Pretty sure I have one somewhere here, because it's basically ready to use. Let's see what this is. I know I have one around. So this is iron volcano. I have an aluminum volcano here, I believe. Let me just double check. Yep, this is aluminum. It's probably right here. I think this is the polluted water vent. Yeah, so this is actually like a top tier vent of guys that you can have. Okay, let's see who we got. I'm not taking any more duplicates because my oxygen's already low enough, and I don't want to lose the base. Okay, so yeah, a little bit of a problem with the beacons. No lime. Kind of a bummer that I can't have a massive tank for my stable now. So that means I have to kind of change up my game plan. So with regards to stables. But it's a good thing I didn't make a video on that. I was about to make a video and talk about just making a massive tank of beacons and having a huge stable, but now it doesn't work. So unless I'm just missing. No, this is definitely supposed to be. Yeah, this is definitely a room. See, I think the underwater plant blocking your light. Is it? No, doesn't seem like it. Let's see. This one should be getting all of them, but it's hard to tell with the beacons in the way. He gets us far from a celebrity. I am too. We all are, I think. I think what defines a celebrity even? What does that mean? Okay, let's open this up. I'll just keep my duplicants busy here, doing something. Insufficient oxygen. I know. As long as these things are working, we should be able to sustain. This is 300, so this is 600. And I have 7 duplicants. So this is just short 1 duplicant from sustaining my colony. I have lots of bloaters, so I need 5 bloaters for 1 duplicate. So I have enough bloaters for 2. Someone's trapped. Okay, my fault. I'll take the L on that one. Let's just add a couple more ladders. So I should be okay with oxygen now. I know it's a little grim, but that's basically because these have to... Well, I'm also low on lime, which is not good. Is there any lime anywhere that I can dig out, or am I kind of just out of lime? I think I can make lime. Yeah, Pokeshell mold and the corallium. So we'll make some corallium. Actually, I don't want to do that infinite. Just do maybe 10 for now. And while we're there, we'll produce 10. So yeah, the beacons are going to have to be improvised on. Anyways, you like the video because you want to support Ethan. I like the video because I wanted to steal his builds. We are not the same. So funny thing about that, Fitz, is my builds are... I try to be very basic with my builds because I'm a very basic... I just like to have things being very basic. So I'm glad that you enjoy the builds. I never try to make them too complicated. Okay, so this seems to be working okay. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is get to like these pearl locations down here. So let's keep digging. I don't think it's too bad of an idea to just go straight through this and just to go down. Actually, I don't need all those ladders. I'll just bust through here. Just gotta get rid of this coral. Actually, I don't even need these ladders. I'm pretty sure they can just swim. My only concern was that the water level drops too much, but I don't think that should be the case. We'll dig all this out. It's an oxygen vent. It's an oxygen vent. Never mind. Then it sucks. I don't even know its temperature. I think it's 60. You are correct. It was 60. The germs are slime lung, I think. Already then. So a dinner sub auction at 100k subs. You know what? Honestly, like, I know it's not recommended among Twitch, like YouTubers in general, or Twitch or whatever. But I wouldn't mind meeting up with a fan, like for just to chat, not for anything else, obviously. But it would be fun. It'd be kind of fun to meet up with a fan if they live close by. I don't think I'm like big enough to garner that sort of attention. But if someone was like, "Yo, I live in Toronto. Can I like get your autograph or whatever?" I'd be like, "Sure, that's cool. I'll have a coffee with you. Not a big deal." You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I'm sure there's a lot of good reasons that YouTubers say like, "Hey, don't meet up with fans. It's not a good idea," or whatever. I don't know. I haven't really thought it through. So everything that I'm saying is like just off the top of my head, I don't even know how we got into this discussion, but I'm entertaining it. All right. The beacon fish fertilize with coral and the limes themselves. Yes, they do. But the beacons have to eat in order to produce slime. That's their excretion. So Fitz says, I almost forgot. I just made a very simplistic Hydra setup too. I always get wheeled out by this circuit logic on spawns, and then all this Hydra is so simple. Yeah, the Hydra is so easy. Like, so one of my friends that I got into Ani, I showed them how to do the spawn and the Hydra, and the Hydra is just so, like, the thing is, the Hydra is a little bit more particular in how you set it up versus the spawn you can just kind of throw together. So there's a little, got some big radiation happening. So there's a little bit of a downside. There's a more of a learning curve to the Hydra. But once you figure it out, it's so much more powerful and so much better to just build it all the time. Like, the Spawn is a lot of fun to build, again, because it's so easy. You just kind of toss things into a room and you vacuum it out and you turn it on. And there's a little bit more involved with the Hydra, like I said. Oh, you're right. As soon as you figure out the Hydra and like the logic and not forgetting and getting the proper liquid levels and stuff like that, honestly, it's the way to go. It's the way to go. I don't know how reliable it is, but all things considered, it's doing its thing. As long as the electrolyzer is not overpressurizing, that's all there is to a Hydra. Right? So if you think about a Hydra, why is it called a Excuse me, I think I got my mic just in time. Why is it called a Hydra? Well, it's the electrolyzer is part of the thing that makes the Hydra unique is that the electrolyzer never stops working. Versus a SPOM, a full Rodriguez SPOM, because a Hydra can be a SPOM too. I always use those interchangeably. But a full Rodriguez will constantly overpressurize. No matter how much you improve the full Rodriguez, it will, no matter what you do, overpressurize. So they're not producing at the efficiency that you could be like a Hydra. So that's like the distinction between the two. So as long as it's working 100% of the time, your electrolyzer, you've made a Hydra. And the only downfall from that point forward is if you somehow run out of water, obviously the electrolyzer will stop. But it should never run into a situation where you're no longer have the proper gases sorting in your build. It should just be fine from there on out. And that was another point that I was going to make, but I forgot now. Hey, what's up? Let me play. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Do you think someone could play this new DLC if it doesn't play anything like SF Spaced Out? Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, why is there pressure? Oh, I'm having pressure problems because there's not enough oxygen. It's purple now. Well, these things should be like doing good. I just have to open up this area. Yeah, I totally think they can. Everything's coming through here. That's the problem. So I gotta just open this up some more. I totally think they can. It just takes a little bit of figuring out how the systems work and how the plants and the new critters work together. That's all it is. If you've played the game before, there's not that much of a learning curve. The learning curve really comes from, let's say, if you are like brand new to the game and you haven't been able to figure out how to sustain your own colonies yet, then you're going to have a problem jumping into this DLC, I think. But it's, again, that's really subjective, right? Like how comfortable are you with sustaining your base? How easily do you learn new mechanics, kind of thing? It all kind of works together. Yeah, all the atmosphere is just being trapped here. So hopefully it can start coming through now. There's this like weird barrier where it's just everything's being trapped in there, but it should be okay fairly shortly here. These bloaters, hurry up, bloaters! You guys are too slow. Let's open this up too. Get everything dug out. You also don't need to get the showers inside the washroom. They can be on. I like to put them inside the washroom. I like it. I always do that. Let's see. Let's get this going. Open this up and then do that. Okay, cool. Do you like the Aquatic DLC? Ask Kurtz. Absolutely. It's amazing. If you want to know my opinion on the Aquatic DLC, my video that I have on YouTube, so my YouTube channel is in the bottom right corner there. It's 2 weeks old now, that video, but yeah, I'll take the suit's worthless because they wear a swimsuit anyway. I'll take the fries. It has my full thoughts on the DLC, but yeah, I love the DLC. I think it's definitely going to be a day one buy for me. It is great. Let's see. Open this water vent up. I'm not going to fully expose it, but I just want to see what's going on here. You know, Camille, like instead of smiling, can you like do some work? Pretending to be all happy when there's an oxygen crisis going on. Hello from Spain. It's a shame I can't watch you all the directs because of the time difference. Well, I appreciate you joining and thank you so much for the follow. I'm sorry you can't watch either, but the VODs are always live. They're available for everybody. So if you do happen to catch them, then that is amazing of you. And check out the YouTube too. I do upload a lot of videos. It gets boring waiting for them to wake up. If your dupes are alive, then you're not a newbie. What's below his polluted oxygen? This is a water geyser. I wasn't able to get to that point to launch a rocket, and that's okay. Like, a lot of people don't launch rockets in this game, and that's totally fine. There's nothing... like, rockets are pretty difficult in the sense that you need a lot of power, a lot of materials, and overall, it's a lot of... Like, you can get bored really easily if you haven't made it that far in the game yet. Because if you've made it far enough into the game where you're working on late game builds, it's very likely that you've made a fully sustainable colony, and there's no... it becomes a lot less like planning and building stuff than it becomes crisis management. Especially if it's your first time getting that far in the game. After a while, it becomes a little bit easier, but the game sort of changes as you progress through, and it can get a little bit boring. Sad to say, if you really enjoy the base building aspect of things. So, anyways, all that is to say that it's okay if you've never launched a rocket. That's not the definitive way to beat Ani. The definitive way to beat Ani is just to have fun with it. It's a single-player game. You get to do whatever you want. There's a lot of different ways you can play it. So, that's kind of what I always try to preach, is don't worry so much about focusing on, late-game scenarios in order to consider the game beat. I would much rather focus on just having fun. And that's really how you get the most out of this game. Is just do what you think is fun. If you've never launched a rocket because you like to restart after you sustain your colony, then so be it. By the way, I should mention too that you can speedrun rocketry, so you don't have to. Like, what I'm talking about is just how most people progress through the game. Obviously, you can build a rocket at like cycle, as soon as you research it. Basically, you don't need to be that far in the game. But just in general, I would say most people, especially if they're newer and learning the game, they don't become rocket engineers overnight. So this is overpressured right now. I'm going to keep it that way. I might make a tank for it in the future. In fact, let's start doing the research for insulated tiles, and then that way I can insulated tile, and then that way I can start taming some of these things. It takes forever to get into space travel. You need glass and plastic, non-perishable food, and that's not easy. You're right. It's not easy to make it sustainable. I mean, you can just YOLO a rocket, or do people still use that word? Do people still say that, or am I aging myself with that? You can just send the rocket. You can, full send. It's fine, but it's likely that your duplicants won't have a lot of fun in the rocket if you're neglecting their needs, right? So you're absolutely right. It does take a long time to fully sustain space travel and to make it. Oh no, I uncovered the wrong tile. Oh no. Oh, it's okay. It's okay because the water is supposed to be hot anyway. So these things have a 45-degree temperature limit, and these beacons are also 60 degrees. So it's fine. So I guess I'm just gonna speed run closing this in basically, because this is 90 degrees and it's a lot of water. So it's really not the end of the world. It is kind of annoying though that these ceiling lights will get covered. So yeah, I need to do this ASAP. But now, since this is happening, the best thing to do is just to clear this of material. So when I close it in, it's at least I don't have any garbage there. Yeah, that's what I mean about this like me on stream, is I make so many blunders like that because I love chatting with the chat, obviously, and then I tend to not focus at very particular details like that. So anyways, I hope that's fun. My blunders are fun to watch. Damn, now I have to send the rocket estimates. Forget about that. My day is now ruined. Thank you, Ethan. Sorry about that, Fitz. No, it's okay. I just unlocked gas pump now. Seriously? I thought I already had that. Well, just send the rocket and get the achievement, right? I mean, you don't need a lot to do that. A carbon dioxide rockets. Sorry, I'm really far behind. Let me get caught up real quick. Gonna just put this on sweep. Gonna let my duplicates take care of this, and then we'll... Let's see. I want to do a challenge run to force myself out of mid-game. That's actually a really good way to do that. Is forcing... Well, how about this? A challenge run could be making a rocket, right? That's a challenge in and of itself. Yeah, I don't really like the heat situation, but it's okay. Luckily, it's not the end of the world. It could be the end of the world, but it's not. So, you know, you gotta take your wins where you can get them. I'm not too happy about these lights being probably... Okay, let's ASAP. Let's go. Aquatic stables now need 96 tiles as well. Yeah, I just figured that out, unfortunately. It makes sense. I kind of enjoyed the bigger stables that I had in my last run, though. But it is what it is. Not the worst thing that could happen. Like I said, the world could have ended, but it didn't. 200 subs is a novice celebrity status. Thanks, Vitaly. That makes me feel pretty good. Unkindly says, I will make a grooming station inside a large tank and leave the door open in my next game. So yeah, you can absolutely do that as well. You could do that. You could just have multiple 96 tiles. Okay, so this is now finished. I just need the insulated tiles to be done, and then I can block this off. And then what we'll do, actually, since we're at this point already, we'll build a... Let's see here. We'll build a pump inside. So we'll do something like... yeah, we'll do something like this. Build a pump. Pre-build the pump, so it's basically ready to go. Oh, I don't have any conductive wires. That's unfortunate. Basically, pre-build the pump, so I can close this in and not have to worry about extracting the water later on. Let's see, playing this DLC, if you've only played Spaced Out in base game, you'll be fine. Like, this DLC is not that complicated. Just be patient with yourself and just take the time. Yeah, no, bro, why are you suffocating? You have plenty of oxygen. It's a little spicy here, so maybe you want to get out of here as soon as you're done. You'll be fine, honestly. Like, the game is not that complicated. Just take the time. You know, don't. Here's my biggest tip: don't take on too many duplicates, because that's going to end your colony very quick. There's not enough oxygen and food to sustain yourself without putting up corals or beacons or floaters. So yeah, very little algae. I know I have a lot of algae, but that's because look how far I've dug out, right? You have access to all this and stuff. But as far as your like very starting location, you don't have a lot of algae at all. So just be very conservative with how much duplicates you're taking on, and you'll be good. Like, I would say if you play with 3 duplicates for wait, which is the best insulation in this? I'm just gonna use I don't know actually which new material is the best. So I'm just gonna go with I guess I know granite's like mid, so I'm gonna go with the granite, and I'll be happy with a mid for now. Go down like this. Yeah, that's fine. Something like that. And then we'll just build like that. Yeah, you'll be fine. Again, just take on very few duplicates, learn the mechanisms, and I'll be releasing a video on the ideal start anyways, so you can watch that video and you'll get some tips. Kitty Cats, do you have Nesbit yet? I don't have a Nesbit yet, unfortunately. I know you really like Nesbit, but I don't have one. Maybe the next time I get a Nisbet, I'll take a Nisbet just for you, Kitty Cats. I know you. Oh no! Did I use zinc here? Oh, that's not ideal. I did not mean to. I only have zinc actually. Do I not have copper? I don't have or gold. Well, you know what? Forget the liquid pump if it's just gonna overheat. I'll just remove it and unblock it in. That's fine. And I'll have to come in here later. I don't think I have access to gold. Metals. I have iron ore. Just 75. Yeah, I don't have access to gold. That's okay. Cobalt? That's okay. This is fine. The main thing is that I don't have all this heat everywhere in my base. Okay, so what was I doing down here? I think everything was good. Let's keep digging this way, I think. So it's funny, Kitty Cats, last time you asked for a Nisbet, you got the Nisbet right away. What would be the chance that we get another Nisbet right away? Oh, not this time. I can see a mesh tile ranch tower becoming meta on this asteroid. Yeah, exactly. So you could just have a bunch of like what I'm thinking in my head is the same way I do my hatch farms. Big vertical ranches that are just separated by mesh tiles. And that would honestly be, I think that would honestly work out really, really well. So it's probably what's going to happen on my full aquatic DLC playthrough. We'll just go straight for that. They also changed how much lux the coral needs. The ceiling provides 1800. They need 2500 now. You need the jelly one, which is 5400. Okay, so I did not know that they need a certain amount of lux. So let's see here. Does that say anywhere? It's a coral. I thought that was kind of weird that they didn't have a minimum requirement before. The flu corals, yes, so they do need 2500. Interesting. So this produces 500. So these beacons are really putting in the work right here. Well, actually, this is not even really. It's very dim light now. So it's 450. Yeah, this is why it's idle. Okay, so what if I just keep adding a bunch of these? How would that affect things? Let's see. 1800 up here. So if I just add a whole bunch, we'll see how it turns out. Thank you for that, by the way. I did not know that was a change that they made. I haven't read through the change log. I always, every time there's an update, I always just boot up the game and see what happens. Okay, so now we have a problem. We have some flooding. So let's drain some water. Yeah, that makes sense why I'm not producing enough oxygen. I mean, it's gotten better for sure, but we actually have a big problem with carbon dioxide. So as soon as I open this up, we'll get some relief. This poor Pip is holding its breath as well. So let's actually put this on higher here. I don't need this to be high. Okay, sorry, I gotta get caught up here. But yeah, I appreciate that, Miamism. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Nice to see you. And Uther, welcome everyone. Welcome. I'm weird. Do not trust me. I would say I'm pretty. We're all weird here, Fitz. I thought the seahorse did slime, not the beacons. Yes, the seahorse does slime. That's correct. The sea queen. This does slime. The beacons do lime. So I might have misspoke. Beacons do lime. Sea queens do slime. Let's see how much lux we have now. So 30. So if there's no beacon around, which is here, it's 4,700. Okay, so it seems to be, if you stack a bunch of lights, they seem to have enough light for the corals. So this is probably overkill. I could probably minimize this, but let's just put a whole bunch up. I don't have to worry about it for this playthrough. Is the Hydra all self-powered though? Yeah, you can make the Hydra self-powered because the Hydra never stops, the electrolyzer never stops producing hydrogen, so therefore you can sustain one Hydra. Sorry, let me look at the stats. I'm trying to remember. I always have a tough time remembering numbers. So electrolyzer. Okay, I can remember this. This is easy. It produces 112 grams per second of hydrogen, and the hydrogen generator only needs 100 grams per second to run. So one electrolyzer will produce a slight surplus of hydrogen, and it produces 888 grams per second of oxygen, which is enough for 8 duplicants and with a surplus. So yeah, I am reading comments with a delay. It's not a delay. I'm really far behind. So you know what? I'm just gonna get caught up right now. All right. Charlie, what's going on? If you have enough Alexa in the hydrolyzer, I can be power positive. Yeah, well, if you only have so if you make like enough to run all your equipment, yeah, of course. If you can make, just think about it this way: if you can make a full Rodriguez, which doesn't run 100% of the time, power positive, you can absolutely make a Hydra power positive. I usually just connect it to my main base. Hey, Mushy Mike, how are you liking the DLC? I am loving the DLC. It's definitely going to be a day one buy for me. This DLC is amazing. I love that they added some use or some features to the water that were previously just wasted space, basically. Showers are a good space-efficient way to build a nature reserve. Never include them in a nature reserve, but I just like having them. I just like having the bathrooms together. I think it looks cool. With SPOMs, I like having hydrogen traffic jams and stuff. Okay, the best thing about the Hydra as well is that there's no overpressurizing because it's a natural infinite storage for your hydrogen and oxygen, right? So you don't have to like store the hydrogen and the oxygen in case of a full Rodriguez SPOM. So that's another really good thing. I'm just gonna wait till these equalize before I plug it back up. You've been following on YouTube for a few months. Just can't be at 3:30 all the time, the days you stream. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I stream on Eastern Standard Time, so I'm very late or very early for you, depending on which way you are, what time you go to bed. Kurt's Metal, hey, what's up? The one thing this game does as well is give players options on how to resolve problems. Absolutely. That's what I always say is one of my favorite parts about this game. You don't need to follow like a meta. You don't have to follow a certain guide. There's no right or wrong way to play. You do what you like, and it will usually work as long as you stick within the realm of like that the developers have created, you know? I'll make too much hydrogen and I'll jam everything up. I don't know. I don't build the official Rodriguez. So, yes, that's exactly why the Hydra is better in that sense, because you don't have to worry about making too much hydrogen or too much oxygen. Go watch my video on Hydra versus SPOM. If you just type in Hydra versus SPOM on YouTube, you should find it. It explains exactly why the Hydra is better in that sense. There's no backup of hydrogen or oxygen and when it comes to a Hydra. You really only need to launch a rocket for the tear. Everything else is optional. Yeah, everything else is optional unless you're playing on SpaceNet exclusively, of course. But I guess that that comes that's self-explanatory. But yeah, it's really great to be able to play whichever way you want. That's one of my favorite things about this game. Let's see. The two win conditions for this game require a lot of floppy disks. They do, yeah. The win conditions that I set for myself are usually the ones in the printing pod. But again, I usually just say, as long as you're playing for fun and you don't... It can sometimes not be fun to have certain challenges that are not... Like if you're self-imposing challenges that you find fun, honestly, I think that's the best way to play a game like this. But you can also go by, oh, this guy's mad as hell. You can also go by what the developers put in if you don't want to make your own challenge. It's great. Like however you like. Oh, maybe before I do all this, I should block this in. No, I'll just dig it out. I'll dig it out. It's fine. No. I'm not gonna dig it out. Let's build this in first. I'm already low on water here, so let's build it in. Hopefully I don't get smacked by these guys. Where is this row egg? Let's take this out of here. My duplicates are gonna get slaughtered. Yeah, so again, I'm not on a delay chat. It's just that I'm so far behind with chat. So thank you for the sip of Eska, Kitty Cats. Really appreciate that. And for the moral support, obviously, I really need it because I'm getting caught up. Oh, they still have access to it. You guys are too much. Where can I put this where you're not going to get access to it? Time to have some fish soup, says Charlie. Send it to the gas tank if you want some backup to use later. That's a good idea too with the hydrogen. Can't you just do jelly lights instead, submergible? I don't know. The ceiling lights are okay if you just have a little bit of breathing room here. I can probably put this in now. It should be fine. The chat's not the same without Kit, says Vitali. Let's see here. The aquatic table is 96 in room size, but all fish treats connected tiles the same. Treats all connected tiles of a water in the same room. That is true. So you could make a really small farm and just have a massive pool where your fish can't get out, and it'll you can have everyone nearby. William has showed me that one before. Lights are able to work when they're submerged now. Not that I know of. I mean, remember, the submerge is not visual. The submerge is specifically how much water is occupying the tile. So just because the water is over top of it like this, there's only 2,900 grams of water on top of this light. So I don't think it can work submerged. I think it needs to be a sustained large amount of water. But again, I haven't tested it. So if someone wants to correct me in the chat, by all means. Let's give this to Devin. I'm actually going down on food. I am starting to neglect my food production. So let's just build some salty snacks just in case. I kind of forced myself to make a spawn because it's super sustainable, leaving the dupes running on hamster wheels all the time. It's really time consuming. You can get oxygen from polluted water early. Yes, you can, but I don't like having to filter it. But yes, absolutely you can. In fact, that's how I did my last full run on YouTube. It was with the polluted oxygen. And polluted mud and stuff like that. It was on the Squelchy asteroid. That was a lot of fun. Just build this in here like so. Okay, let's see. Unless you're cheating with electrolyzers, it is not a planetoid where you can amass dupes early, Commander says. Let's see. Kurt says, and consume filtration mineral instead of algae. That's true. There's always a give and take with the game. It's either you're consuming algae or something else, basically. Helio, is there a new way to generate oxygen in this DLC? Oh, there's so many. There's so many, Helio. Go watch my video on YouTube about this DLC. But to give you the TLDR, corals, floaters are basically like the main ways to produce oxygen on this DLC. Corals by far are the better option. Rubber tires will be the best insulator below 220. I have not experimented with them, so that's interesting. I'll have to do some more tests now that it's available. When I say choosing it, in case you're going for the purest route, you just try to use the old plant's resources to go by. Did he run power lines to that pump? I just did now. Should have power lines to all my pumps. This one does not have a power. I should probably put one there though. Soon I have to start putting. I have to start making transformers. But for now, just getting these set up is enough. Just to get a little bit of extra water or power production. I haven't played No Man's Sky in years. Getting back to that today, I was so confused. Oh, they changed a lot. I've heard, Kitty Cat. It's basically a completely different game now from what I've seen, like when the game first came out. It looks a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun. Beacon is 5,000, so you might not need the ceiling lights. I probably don't need the ceiling lights, but the beacons are swimming all over the place, so I want to make sure that the ceiling lights are there to keep my oxygen production constant, because I was a little bit low earlier. It's getting back up to pressure now, but it was a little bit. There are underwater lamps now, says Kitty Cats. I did not know that. All right, so there you go. So really, I'm almost caught up. I'm almost caught up. I wonder if you're going to put. I wonder if they're going to put a way to cool water. I mean, you mean other than the aqua tuner, Uther? Because you can use the aqua tuner to cool water. You just have to deal with the heat that is produced by the Aqua Planet, which is the most annoying part, right? But other than that, I think I'm not sure. Like, what were you thinking of another method, maybe? Okay, let's build this in, I guess. Maybe we'll go up like that. You could just say Miami, no worries. Okay, I will Miami. That helps. That actually helps a lot. I was trying to pronounce it all in one, but now I see the two words. Sometimes I don't notice very obvious things like that, so you have to excuse my my incompetence. He's so far behind. I'm getting caught up, Kevin. I'm getting caught up. Hey, what's up, Nico? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. See, I do still waiting for people to finish the community mission though. Oh, is there a community mission? Swimming is the best that came out of this DLC. Absolutely, the swimming is amazing. I am having so much fun with this swimming. I don't think I want to open all this up just yet, but I'm just keeping my duplicates busy here because I'm so far behind in the chat. I want to keep going. Actually, where did my sluggos go? Did my sluggos all die? That would be kind of sad if they did. There used to be a whole bunch. Oh no, they're over here. There's one more sluggo. A couple more down here. Okay, cool. There used to be some here, I think. Or maybe this was all that I had. Can't remember now. Anyways, it's probably time to start domesticating the gum palms as well. So let's put one of these guys up here. Where do I want to put that? They're very grand looking plants, so probably put it here and it's fine for now. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Look, it's me. Just need some radiation research. I have these on the asteroids. So these are really good for rads. Hey, what's up, Vibrator? Nice to see you. Welcome. Miami says, I'm on like cycle 350 now, using all 13 tidal springs I've found since the beginning. Connected all of the heavy wire and it's been a free 3 kilowatts per second now. That is awesome. Yeah, they are really convenient to use. I actually love how easy they are to use. OV7 says, I played the game before, so the shiny effect, so all the clear water will look like this, or is this part of the DLC? I think this is just part of the beta for now, but I wouldn't be surprised if the shiny effect that you're talking about makes its way into the vanilla game. I think Play would be doing a disservice to vanilla players to not include that, because it looks so much better. By the way, the shininess is just minerals inside the salt water. That's kind of what that's representing. But I hope that it makes it to vanilla, because I don't see why the visual effect would be only for the DLC, right? So is anyone else registering that we're talking about the new jelly lights or our new submergible? Are we talking about the new jelly lights? I'm so far behind that I didn't even know there was new jelly lights. Where is the new jelly lights? Is that a research? Is it called jelly light? Oh my goodness. I did not see that. Okay. I did not see that. I haven't gotten that far into I keep restarting before I get into radiation research, to be honest with you. I'm trying to get the start of the game really not optimized, but like really down pat, so I can make a comprehensive video on that. Lots of content waiting for you. There's a ton. Hey, thank you. Hey, Chewy, thanks for the Supervesca. Really appreciate that. I'm finally almost caught up, chat. Finally. Push harder, chatters. You know, I'm glad I'm not a huge YouTuber, because could you imagine if I had like 1,000 viewers? I would just never be able to respond to the chat ever. Like the whole stream would be me responding to the first 10 minutes. Could you imagine? That'd be hilarious. Okay, I'm stressing your chat capabilities. Miami says, I think they're going to make swimming and new textures available for everyone. I hope so. I really hope so. That would be the ideal pathway to go. Like, I see no reason to lock visuals behind a paywall. Okay, I guess you could say that maybe like blueprints, for instance, like the Neutronomium pack, for instance, that I have. I think it was like $13 or something Canadian, whatever. That kind of makes sense if they want to do that. But also, just having like the basic visuals of like saltwater. I think saltwater being like bright white is so boring. I think it looks so cool when there's actual salt and minerals inside of it. Okay, I am actually caught up now. I see you have the crash satellites, but if you didn't, what would be the radiation solution? Okay, so I just dug out uranium ore that was probably right here, I think. And that would be the radiation solution early on. You'd probably just want to make it have the lamps. The rad lamps. And then you could, because you do start with a very like, let's see how much I started. I have 1,000 kilograms of uranium ore that you start with. It's a very small amount, but that's basically what you do. And of course, you can always go to space. There's a little bit in space, so you could like trickle radiation to get some research done. It'd be very slow, but I think the crash satellite is just so helpful. Also, I think the lower you go, the more likely you are to find a lot more uranium. Hey, what's up, Fluky? Welcome. Nice to see you. Fluky Stew Gaming. Welcome to this chat. Let's see. Nico says, someone gifted me a membership and I saw there was a stream and I decided to check it out and say thank you to whoever it was. Haven't been watching any lives, only VODs in the past few months. No worries, Nico. Thank you for coming by to say hi. And I'm pretty sure that was Kitty Cats. There's been nobody else, I think. Well, I don't want to say nobody else just in case I'm forgetting someone. So today, it was definitely Kitty Cats. So, yeah, thank you for coming by and saying hello. Nice to see you again, Nico. And I appreciate you watching the VODs. It means a lot to me that you are supporting and watching and coming by. Let's see. Brine has the mineral effect to it, but it just stays white. Makes sense for the higher salt content. Yeah, it does. I like it. I like that you can visually see the difference between like brine, salt water, etc. And like, and then it looks cool. I like the. Imagine if this was all white, right? That would be so boring. I think it looks so cool that there's minerals in the water. Also, the polluted water has dirt in it now too, which looks really cool. You call for it and go inside. My map has radiation biomes. Yes, I think the lower you go, you get into some radiation biomes. Okay, let's get rid of this polluted dirt because that's just producing. I'm pretty sure it's producing polluted oxygen. That's making the carbon dioxide go away there. Okay, so I'm pretty much set up now for some more exploration. I have food. I have oxygen. Oxygen is stable now. I think I'm ready to go and get myself a thimble reed. I kind of don't want to go and bust into here. That'd be kind of annoying. I'd rather try to find one that I can get without busting into that. Actually, maybe I'll just open all this up. I don't like the uneven terrain that's going on there. So okay, let's keep going down. How about that? Keep going down into here. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Actually, we can deliver a pearl. Where's Minnow? Minnow, what? Oh, Minnow's right here. Let's give her a pearl so we can get her out of here. I don't have enough. So whatever. When I get enough, she'll move down to here. And that'll be cool. Okay. Yeah. Let's start digging down. Which way would be the best way? There's so much water in the way. I guess this is just carbon dioxide. This is not too big of a deal to go through. And maybe I just continue to move the water into a bigger pool. I think that's probably and then I can dig down a little bit easier. Yeah, I think that's what we do. So let's put this up. Hopefully I can get to that before it goes down. And then yeah, we'll go into here. No, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. Nothing I can do now. Let's just do this. Something like that. Also, let's see the skill points. So we got Cook. Camille, we'll give her basic swimming. Devin has basic swimming. Let's go for hard digging. Rowan is the digger. Go for pilotry so we can get to sustainability. Maya. I guess Maya will do also tinkering is fine. She likes tinkering. Mechatronics, nice. Now I can go for auto sweepers. That is amazing. And then Turner will go for astronomy, so we can go into space pretty soon here. Okay, so let's go. Let's get first of all lime. We have lots of lime, not a lot, but we have enough lime to keep us going. And let's get auto sweepers. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll keep going on making some more refined zinc. Okay, now we got this being built. We'll do another one here, and then we'll go like this. Put that to 8, and then we'll start digging into this. That's perfect. And then we'll drop the water level. We'll drop everything into here, and then we can dig straight down. I think Ethan will need a mod soon. Chat is getting crazy, not like the good old days. Well, I don't have people who are like annoying in chat. You know, like a mod would be good if I had people who are being annoying, but I haven't had one annoying person, knock on wood, in chat yet. So I'm not sure. Like obviously later on, I might need mods, but I don't think. Like right now, I think I'm good. It would be cool to have a mod. Like if somebody wants to be a mod that's a regular, feel free to send me a message on Discord. Like I'm not opposed to having a mod. It's just save Ada. Ada can save herself. Where is she? Where's Ada? She'll be fine. No, honestly, if somebody wants to be a mod, message me on Discord. But I'm not. I don't know if I need a mod yet. You know. But I also don't want to put like make people feel obligated to be here or whatever, right? I don't know. Obviously, you know, in time it'll change, but build these so we can go across if we have to. Let's see. Coolest feature of the new aquatic pack, definitely the swimming. 100%. 100% the swimming. The new way to make oxygen is also really nice. And I would say number 3 is the tidal turbine, although they're all really close together after swimming. Like every new feature after swimming is like very close separation that you could argue is better than the other, but swimming is definitely the best feature. 100%. Okay, Camille, don't get stuck. Can you get out? Nope. Oh, there you go. Perfect. You know what? Just in case, I really don't want to have to deal with this. Just in case this goes down, they can get into there. Okay, let's keep going on this. Get all the liquids into one location here. The one thing I don't like too much, says Miami, was the magma. I mean, the texture is fine, but the color, the orange looks so artificial. It should be something in between that and the old red one. I agree. It's a little bit different. I don't mind the magma. Oh, this poor little Pip. He's drowning. Well, how are you drowning? Look, your head is literally above. Oh, it's carbon dioxide. All right, well. Let's see if I can save you really quick. Unreachable. Yeah, I might not be able to save that Pip. That's unfortunate. See if I can save the Pip. Get to safety. Yeah, there's no oxygen here. Interesting situation that we got ourselves into with the Pip. I think we might get some barbecue meat here pretty soon. Oh no, the water level's dropping again. Oh my goodness, look how far. No, it's going. You know what? If I just open this up, but then the Muchin will get mixed in with the water. I don't want that to happen. So stop digging. Oh, we could have saved it. Oh no, it's going down more. No. We could have saved it if I wasn't digging down lower. I just don't want the Moochin to get mixed up. That's going to be super annoying. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Go get it. The special mission will lead you to one. Yeah, it does lead you pretty far down. I've seen where it leads you before. I'm taking advantage that you're still not famous yet. I want you to remember me and miss me chatting nonstop. Thank you, Fitz. I appreciate that. I hope that I always get to continue to talk to chat. I love talking to chat. Like, oh, what's going on here? Oh, this is overflowing again? Holy smokes. Let's continue research. It's already going. Okay, sweet. So, I don't want to dig in. You know what? One thing I should do, because this is a little bit cold here, I don't want to run into the problem I ran into, again, on my last playthrough. Let's just go ahead, build up here, dig into this, build the insulated tiles, and then, yeah, let's put this at 9. And then we'll put this at 7. Something that this is going to take a while to do, but it's going to expose us to space, which is kind of annoying because the regolith here is going to drop. I could do this a lot smarter. I don't have to go all the way up here. I could just do something like this. And then hopefully that stops the regolith from dropping. Something like that. Open this up. Cool. And yeah, this should all stay intact. I will remember if, okay, let's say this. Oh, thank you, kitty cats. Appreciate the moral support and the Sibaveska. Also, not only are you guys chatty, but you're gonna make me go to the bathroom pretty soon. I'm basically done the Eska. Getting super and in turn, I'm getting ready to get up and use the washroom. No, if it ever gets to the point where I can't keep up with chat, obviously I would have to start looking at people who tag me, right? Like that would be like the next limiting factor of so you could still talk to me. It's just I would have to look at the tags instead. And then beyond that, if it gets, let's say, again, I don't expect this to ever happen, but let's say I have a chat that you can't even see the tags, then obviously I would have to just learn to talk to myself more and like pick out or like have somebody picking out messages for me to respond to. You know what I mean? I think that's what a lot of, not a lot, but I think that's what some people do. I don't know. I really enjoy talking to chat. I think the whole point of streaming for me is the fact that I get to talk to somebody while playing the game, and that's a lot of fun. If that wasn't the case, I think it would be a lot more boring. You know, like I don't know. And I would always want to talk. I would always find a way to talk to chat, I think. So I will never forget like the. Sorry, the question I was answering was don't forget me if you become famous. So I got kind of sidetracked there. What I was going to talk about was, oh, nice, I like the megaphone, is the fact that there's been so many people that I talk to a lot, especially early on, that I will definitely never forget them. Now, I can't name them off the top of my head, every single person, but I mean, okay, this is the people that always come by, and some of you may be lurkers, so it might not be as easy to remember if you're not as chatty anymore as you were before, but I can name like 5 people right now. So Uther, Sean, Kevin, William, and Nico from like way back when I was very, very new, that were always in the chat. And there was Treeman Terry and things like that. So I don't think I'll ever forget like the OGs, you know what I mean? And then as I've grown, now I've gotten a lot of new fans. So that's been a lot of fun as well. I don't think I'm gonna give Kaya anybody right now. So now we have newer people in here like Fitz, Kitty Cats. Who else? Who else is more new? Vitaly is like I think Vitaly's a little bit newer. Chewy is an OG. So it's a lot of fun going back and remembering all you guys that were here since the beginning, especially since I've been almost streaming for a year now. So, and then my first ever chatter, actually, I don't think they come by anymore, but I remember they're still in the Discord. Someone by the name of Alunk. So if I've responded to enough of your messages, I think I will always remember who you are. Like if you come by and say hello every now and then. And it's always nice to see the regulars. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the best parts of streaming is just seeing familiar people in the chat that want to come hang out and play some Ani, or like a lot of my viewers, they've told me that they play in their game in the background, whatever the game is, and they listen to me at the same time, which is exactly how I consume podcasts and streams as well. Like I'll play something and just listen to the streamer. So I'm often a lurker as well in that regard. But, it's really cool to have that interaction and to have somebody to talk to while you're playing. Now, I will say that often leads me to getting sidetracked or forgetful. Like for instance, this whole time, like I think the last hour, I haven't been working on my beacon farm as much as I should have, right? Like I could have been making stables and whatnot, especially for the bloaters. These guys need to be in a stable as well. So I often get a little bit sidetracked, and then what I'll do, this is like the inside of how I like to play on my streams. I'll usually go and play like an hour or two off stream, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do, right? I wanted to make stables. I'll go and lay the stable out. I'll lay the foundation of the stable. I'll often just build, I'll make some progress in some sense, but then I'll do very tedious things off stream. But then I'll build where the stable should go. So when I put up the next stream, my duplicates have something to do for like a good half an hour. And then while that's going on, like, see, I forgot about this thing. And then while that's going on, I can talk to the chat and then sort of make progress. But then I end up losing track of my overall goal again. And then I just end up digging for the rest of the stream. That's kind of how my streams go. And it's also funny. I think it's a funny inside look on how I prepare for streams as well. So Nico says, "Don't worry, Fitz. I haven't been in chat for a while. He remembers my name." Yeah, I remember. Like I was going to pronounce your username, Nico, but because obviously then the chat would know who I'm responding to. But then I thought, no, you know what? I think Nico will really appreciate if I respond with his name instead. So because also another funny kind of story going back a little bit is I started streaming when YouTube still allowed you to have a custom username on the chat. So I think it was like a month or two after I started, that all of a sudden everybody had their actual handle, like their YouTube handle that was showing up instead of like Nico, for instance. Like Nico would say Nico, but then it got changed to Actipuxi or whatever. I'm not sure how to say that in one, right? But you know what I mean, right? So it got changed to be like that. So then I had to like remember everyone's name associated with their username. It was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, why do they do this now when I'm like a brand new streamer? Let's see. I don't know about you guys, but how do people feel even interact when a streamer gets famous? I think it's too crazy. Well, you know what? All this famous talk is like fun to think about, but I'm really, really far off from being famous. So it's not something that I think I have to worry about. I think, like I said, I just think that it's, I always think back, okay, when the first big streamer that I remember, and I didn't watch them, but the first like massive streamer that everybody knew, I think, was Ninja. You guys might correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm off base, but I'm pretty sure it was Ninja. But Ninja wasn't always big. He started out like, being a regular like guys just playing a game, right? So I always remember like, or I always think about how it must have felt like for someone like that who started out as sort of a small-time streamer to, I think he was small, right, chat? Again, I didn't watch Ninja. I'm just going by like the internet history type thing. Anyways, the point of the story is it's interesting to think about going from somebody who would always interact with their chat to all of a sudden having too many messages in chat. Like somebody of that fame on the internet probably can't even respond to super chats. Like if the only way to get in contact or to talk to this person was to send them money, I don't even think that they could. Like I watch streams where I saw one of the most common streams that I watch is, how did you get stuck up here? Are you guys all stuck? Why are you stuck? One of the most because the water level went down. Okay, so one of the streams that I watch the most is NASA spaceflight, because I love their coverage of like Starship and other space travel related news. And the only way that they can reasonably respond to chat is to take segments out of their stream and respond to the super chatters. Like it's crazy. But they have a whole team that does that, so it's like kind of like makes sense, right? They have somebody to bring up questions on the screen, so when they're not responding to super chatters, they're responding to like selected questions as well. So there's a lot that goes into it, I think, to have that sort of very popular chat or very intense messages, let's say. Anyways, that's kind of my take on that. I think, does it ruin streaming? I mean, certainly not for revenue-wise, because it allows you to essentially make it a career. But at the same time, I think there's a lot that can be said about having interactions with your fans and your audience that doesn't require them to send in money, right? I think it's kind of a double-edged sword. Sorry, let me get back into the chat here, because now I'm falling behind again, and I've been going on a tangent about anything but the game. Would they swim in lava? They do swim in lava, I'm pretty sure. Duplicants can move around in lava just fine. It's just that they take damage. But as far as like just moving around, I think they're okay. Let's do finally, it's about time. I totally forgot about building these things. But let's see. Can you make a save file of this run for us? I can certainly send you the coordinates. Is that enough, or did you want like an actual save that I put in my Discord? Let me know. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Sandwraith? Is the aquatic planet good? Yes, it is amazing. It is so much fun. Visually, it's stunning. It is fun to play. It's not that difficult. There's a learning curve to it, but it's not really that difficult. I think if you're contemplating getting it, I would say watch my video on YouTube, which kind of explains explains it in depth, and then it'll also give you my take on whether you should get it or not. Basically, it's in the beta, so it's free to try it. I would encourage you to get it, and then you can make a decision if you want to pay for it later or not. That's kind of my TLDR take on that. No germs here, right? I don't want any germs in the water. Okay, Fitz says I have a goldfish memory, so I can't relate. My memory has always been somewhat off par. But names, I typically remember names if they're regulars. What if I redeem 20 sibs? Would have to jug a whole Eska next time in one go. I probably would have to go get more Eskas. That would be, if you guys really want to torture me, just keep redeeming. Oh, I'll take the bloaters. Just keep redeeming a sip of Eskas on Twitch. A few dupes have lost their lives while chatting. That's so true. That's so true, Nico. There's been a couple times where the chat has inadvertently gotten my duplicants killed. I was here for the Big Bang. Oh, you were here, Vitaly? Okay, so again, it was probably one of those things where the name was different at that point, and I just remember you as a different name. So yeah, if I did miss somebody or misrepresent like when you were here, obviously I don't do that intentionally. It's just your names were different, so if it was probably just remember you as a different person or a different name possibly, or I don't know why. My memory is not the best either. Let's see. What else? Do you play resource management games like Against the Storm? I love resource management games. That's exactly what I love about Oni so much. So resource management is why I like Factorio, and it's why I like games like City Skylines as well. So a lot of people might not think that City Skylines and Factorio have a lot in common, and they'd be right. But one thing that they do have is the planning aspect of it and the resource management. Because in City Skylines you have resources that you're also consuming, but it's more focused on planning for sure, right? And trying to, I mean, the AI isn't that good, so it's like making things optimized is kind of a moot point, but you can also work on optimization. He just reloaded, so it never happened. I don't always reload. Gizmo did succumb to his death. That's one duplicate where I was like, you know what, Gizmo, I've had enough of you, and just left him in the tank. But I do reload quite a bit. If I lose a duplicate, I don't know why I'm going so slow. I must have hit that by accident. I do reload quite a bit. I don't always like to lose progress if I can help it. Sometimes I don't mind. I guess it just depends on the circumstance. Let's take a look at oxygen's looking really good. Salty sticks is what we're feeding our duplicates on. We have a little bit of meat, but we'll have to get some. We'll have to get some ranches in the next stream. I'm gonna be ending the stream probably in the next 30 minutes. Basically, as soon as I get caught up with the chat and as soon as I make some more progress. So, not enough time, I don't think, to really focus on stables. But let's do enhanced cooking on Camille. Rancher can do ranching, and I don't need the virtual planetarium just yet. I think maybe improved carrying would be a good. Hope Travoldo was one of them. Vitaly says, floating in the nothingness with my bare ass, trying to check Ethan's schedule 14 billion years ago. sorry, Vitaly, for not remembering exactly. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of people that were here early on that I might not exactly remember, but it's been a long time, you know. So I guess that's also a good thing in a sense, because it's this, you know, the streams have been doing well. That I've been able to go that long, so I think it's quite something when you come to the point where you start forgetting exactly who was there at the Big Bang and who wasn't. This was so sad when we realized our names were taken by YouTube. Hey, what's up, Creative Chaos? Nice to see you. Welcome back to the stream chat. I believe Rekful was the Twitch OG. Yeah, I didn't know a lot of Twitch like big Twitch streamers. I just know like Ninja was like one of the biggest ones. One of the first like mega stars of Twitch, let's say. Ethan, you're talking from the point where you don't have thousands of monkeys sending you messages. I hope you get to that point and probably you'll change your opinion. You can interact. That's a good point too, yeah. Is Ethan going to dig all the way to the oil biome just chatting with us? I'm planning on it, yeah. Digging and chatting is like super easy. You just keep going down. And then I was planning to get rid of this water so I can go straight down and not lose any water into the abyss. So that was kind of the idea. See, Ethan, as long as you don't turn into Dark Side Phil. Is that who you meant? You said Dark Side Fell, but do you mean Dark Side Phil? I know about Dark Side. I know about Dark Side Phil probably too well. No, I'm not gonna be a Dark Side Phil. All right, guys. What happened? Oh no, I'm not even gonna meme. I'm not even gonna meme Dark Side Phil because it just sounds so embarrassing to try it. Now, guys, what happened with the support today? Let's see. He'll be more like Thanos. An actual save file. Okay. Kevrox, yes, I will do a save file for you after the stream. I'll put it in the Discord. So go to the Discord if you're not already joined, and I'll put the save file in there for you. The sip of Eska has a 10-minute cooldown. That's probably... I probably planned that if I had to guess. I'm probably like, you know what? I don't want to have constantly have to go to the bathroom. Oh, is it really? Does Darkseid Phil a forbidden name? So you can't say it? That's so funny. I promise you I didn't put that in on YouTube. Maybe that's like just like all new streamers, it's like a YouTube default. You can't say Darkseid Phil. F in the chat for Gizmo. Rest easy, legend. Is there any kind of ear outfit in the blue portal button? Let's go check. I have 9 unclaimed. Okay, Atmo boots. That's pretty cool. Rocket Melon Atmo boots. Basic orange pants. Oh, that's cool. Downtime shirt. Look, that looks so cool. Nifty. Basin gloves. Atmo gloves. Wild berry. Cool. I already have that one. That looks pretty cool. Vitro base layer. I have this one as well. That's pretty cool. Honestly, like what I have to do... Oh. There's a cool little rocket animation there. And Skimbio skivvies. That's funny. So, honestly, what I have to start doing is dressing up my duplicants more. They deserve to be dressed up a little bit. Yeah, but we're going all the way to the oil biome, chat. That's just how it's gonna be. There's no oxygen down here, so it's gonna be kind of rough. Oh, by the way, I really don't want to let all this hydrogen out either. So let's fix that right away. Let's put this here, and we'll kind of dig this way. We'll put these guys in here like that. And we'll make a ladder shaft coming down in this direction. I really don't want to have access to the hydrogen in my base. Okay, so now we can dig straight. I always like to close it off entirely. I think it looks more safe. Dupes remember Gizmo. We'll send in the Discord. There's a mod. Just kidding. Vitaly says, just kidding. Darkseid Phil is a forbidden name. Just kidding. Oh, okay. I got you. Let's see. Kitty Cats. Kitty Cats asked the question. Did I miss that one? Did I miss something? You know, a link for that. I'm not sure. If I missed the question by Kitty Cats, if I missed the question, please just resend it. I will tag me in the chat, and I will not seeing if I missed anything specific. There's a mod for the earmuffs, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I get confused, so sometimes I get confused. Okay, so yeah, let's do... Oh, it's for cat ears. Did he address my question about the backwall resource digging? It seems it keeps feeling like he missed it. I did not, Kevin. I did not. I've been perpetually behind all stream in the chat, so I try to skim them. And still not sure why he isn't digging up backwall resources. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, Kevin. So good. Okay, so I like how it looks. I don't need the resources just now, so that's why I'm keeping it the way it is. Especially this back wall. I love how this back wall looks. The salt is like a little bit meh, but it's better than it's better than the nothingness. So that's why I'm not digging it up. If I really needed it, then I would dig it up. But that's basically what it comes down to. Just haven't thought it would be necessary. Oh, maybe I should also make some more lime. Just haven't thought it would be necessary with. I'd rather keep it visually appealing. I also like dirt. The dirt looks really nice. The algae I could use as well, but again, now I'm sustaining my oxygen without algae, so it's fine. Let's keep making our way to the oil. Oh no, some hydrogen came out. That's not good. Oh, the sand fell. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. That's unfortunate. I was asking if there's any kind of cat ears or outfit from the blue portal button. Oh, okay. So I skimmed that one. So like I was just saying to Kevin, yeah. So what I thought you were saying is if you knew of a cat ear that already existed, that may come in my blueprint. So like as a random chance kind of thing. That's what I thought you meant. Sorry, sometimes I skim and I read and I misread, or sometimes I skim and I don't read, so apologize. Kevin says Roger that. Hey, what's up? Karita. Is that how you say it? Karita? First time here. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you as well. Thank you for joining the chat. Kitty Cat says welcome, and so does Vitali. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so we're digging down to the oil biome to end the stream, chat. I'm gonna be we'll go for another 15 minutes or so, and that'll take me to 3 hours for the stream. Hopefully we can make it there without any duplicants dying tonight. We're doing pretty good so far. Just not a lot of breathing room for them down here, right? So this is a little bit sketchy to come down. I kind of need Atmos suits to come all the way down here. I do have oxygen here, so I could go in this way. What is this? Chlorine? Yeah, this is not gonna be good for the duplicates. I honestly should probably not. Like there's bleachstone here as well. Oh, that's brutal. No. We need to get a liquid lock in here. Let's get a liquid lock before we go any farther. How do I want to do this? Let's do something like this. And we'll get some moochin in here. Let's get some moochin on this side. I should have plenty of moochin somewhere here. Speaking of fashion, I've been trying to lobby the idea of Ethan wearing a hard hat for months now. We need some more votes. I will do that. I'll do that for you, Vitali. I don't know if I can wear the whole stream because I got my headphones, but it'd be something interesting. A hard hat stream one day. Okay, let's move this guy over. I don't want this guy to be in my way. And let's get this perfect. Let's get the moochin emptied. Hopefully this works out properly. I'm not sure if they did something to moochin, but this used to be super easy to make. I guess it didn't really work out. Cancel. There we go. No, not enough moochin. Okay. So I'm trying to make a liquid lock. That's my goal here. This was way easier before. Unkindly says, I can see a streamer going nuts on Oni Power, naming dupes after his chatter and locking them in a room, protecting them. Pinching. Yeah, the Poke Shells. Yeah. That'd be hilarious. So Kitty Cats also votes for that. Just go to his normal job and he'll be in a hard hat. Actually, funny enough, we don't really wear hard hats. we don't wear hard hats unless we know there's somebody coming by who wants to see us wearing hard hats. That's kind of how the trade mostly works. So, that's not working. The Muchin. I don't know if I don't have enough Muchin or if it's just it's probably I don't have enough Muchin. This used to be a lot easier to do. Everyone's voting for the hard hat. Okay, one's in the chat if you want to see me wear a hard hat. I will do it if everyone's so adamant. One from you as well. Don't forget to duct tape the pencil to the thing just like the dupes do. Kevin says any code compliant officers. Ethan is just joking for stream humor. Of course, yeah. We never work live on the job site. We never have blown up tools. I don't even know what a blown up tool would look like. And we always wear hard hats. Actually, it's funny because I have showed blown up tools on stream before. I guess I mean I could just put a manual airlock in here. It's just things are gonna escape anyways, so it's like, what's the point? A little bit of chlorine is not gonna hurt. You know, it's down far enough. As long as I keep pushing the carbon dioxide down, it'll be fine. But what's really gotten my duplicants stressed out is that they're going all the way down here without oxygen, and they have you know, they're gonna get like what's it called? Not watery eyes, but irritation, all that stuff. Get a smaller hard hat for a Snorlax. A blown up tool is a tool that blew up, by the way. Yeah. Do I have one? Let me see if I have a blown up tool. I don't know if someone would be interested in seeing that if you haven't seen my blown up tools yet. I may have one, like just on my other. Let me see. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so this is not blowing up. This is a pair of wire strippers / pliers. This is actually one of my OGs. Wow, I must have used this for years and never blown it up. This must have been from when I was new, before I started working it live. See, you can see the teeth. They're all rusty. The camera's not really focusing well on that, but there's no blowing up area on this one, which is amazing. Wow. Usually I only retire tools after they've blown up. So, and it's, you know what? I don't retire it right away. I'll give you like a little bit of a secret. Like it for ASMR. I don't know. That good? Put your hand behind it. I could, okay, you know what? Let me do this. Let me end the stream, okay? Because I'm going to end in 10 minutes anyways, but let me end the gameplay, and then I can make the camera bigger. So, let's do this. So for anyone who's here for Ani gameplay, I'm going to stop the gameplay for tonight because my duplicants are idle anyway, right? It's been a really fun 2 hours, 45 minutes, basically, of playing. Colony is sustaining itself. We have food, we have oxygen. Just expanding now. Again, this is not like this playthrough will probably end after the betas, after the game's out of beta anyways. So It's not going to go all the way, but let's do a little bit of a talking stream. All right, because I'm interested in this, and also, like I said, I was gonna end in 10 minutes anyway. So this is kind of fun. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this in the background. If you were here just for the gameplay, and if you don't want electrician story time, feel free to head out, and I'll see you Wednesday. I'll be back Wednesday with my next stream. All right. Other than that, let's do a little bit of chat here. I'm gonna write on the board just in case anyone comes in. Text on screen. Stream ending soon. About 10 minutes, we'll say. So if anyone comes in and they're like, "Yo, why isn't he playing Ani?" Be like, there we go. Okay, so now I can like blow myself up a little bit and give you guys a little bit of TLDR. Okay, so this is my pair of pliers that I use. Oh, sorry, the chat's covering what I'm trying to show here. So this is my my pliers that I use for stripping wire. You can tell this is an OG set of pliers because they're not blowing up, so they don't have any missing teeth or any teeth that are black and like very jagged and irregular looking. And they also have a lot of wear and tear. But interestingly enough, I usually only buy new tools after they've been blown up, and I usually use them for a very long time after I blow them up as well, because these are expensive. These are like $40. So if you buy it, and then if you use it for a year, then it's you get a lot of value out of it. But if you buy it and then immediately blow it up, and then you buy a new one, then you spend $80 a year on this tool, right? And the more times you blow it up, and the more times you have to rebuy it, the more money you basically flushed on the toilet. Thank you, by the way, for the sip of Esca. Appreciate that. You get a full view. This is the last sip. The Esca's now gone. So that is the end of that Esca. So we finished it all on stream. But so basically, what usually happens is I'll buy a new pair of pliers, and then I'll do something stupid, like work live with them, and cut into a live wire and blow it up. But then I'm like, well, I just bought these pair of pliers. I'm not gonna buy another pair just like right away. I'm gonna continue to use it and until it's blown up enough that it's unusable. Well, I then don't. Once I blow it up once, I don't end up blowing it up usually ever again, because I become like extra careful with it. So when I finally decide to buy a new pair of pliers is usually the time when I'm like, okay, this time I'm going to be super careful and I'm not going to work live with it. And if I do work live with it, I'm going to be extra safe not to cut into a live wire. And then sure enough, what ends up happening every single time without fail is that I blow it up. So the fact that I found these pliers that have not been blown up, that has heavy usage, you can tell by the fact that it's very well. I have light coming from my monitor, but it's very rusty. All right, like very rusty. That's pretty amazing. Okay, so let me see what you guys are saying here. Hatch hat? That'd be awesome. Does Clay sell a hatch hat? I'd buy it. Honestly, that'd be so cool. Please don't show up to New Year's one day. New Year's actually was a lot of fun. I think this past New Year's did I do a whole bunch of tool reveals? I don't know. I don't remember. It was like around that time when I showed off a bunch of tools. A blown up tool is a tool that blew up. Yeah, it's exactly. You can still use it. By the way, when you cut into live wires, you can usually still use it, as long as it was like a 120 volt system. It just kind of sucks because you lose part of the teeth, right? So Kevin asks, is it the teeth or wire stripping gauge for different wire sizes? So yeah, these little holes in the middle here, up here. This is for different wire gauges. It starts at I think it starts at 50. This is different thing I'm looking at. The last one, the numbers are so far gone on this. Okay, so it goes down to 8 and it goes to 18. It's a shame that gas masks do not protect the dupes, in my opinion. Oh, that's true. I kind of wish that was the case. Unkindly. How are you with horror games? Asked Kitty Cats. Not well enough experience that I know how I would do now. I know back like 20 years ago, I did not like horror games. I think now I would be much more comfortable with them. So if there's a game you want, but I always say if there's a game that you guys want me to try on stream, I'm more than happy to try most games. I have a lot of games in my library as well, so that I could play on stream. I just don't know how well I would talk to stream chat. So I might have to like, it would be like the early days of Factorio for me, where I skip a lot of messages that are not tagging me, because I think I would have to pay attention more to the game. Like one of the reasons I love playing Oni is that I don't have to pay attention to the game very much, and I can make a lot of progress usually. But if I'm playing like a new game or something, I don't know how well I would do in that sense. That's not blown up. Some of the things are gone. Oh yeah, so like Kevin was asking, these some things that are gone are just the wire stripper gauges. $40 for a pair of pliers. Yeah, well, they're good. They're Milwaukee, so Milwaukee's like one of the better brands. Not everything that they make is good though, but for pliers, I think they make really good pliers. Yeah, so Kitty Cat's blowing up. What I mean is, like, if you cut into live, like you could YouTube, if you just Google or YouTube like cutting into live wires, you'll see what it looks like. But it basically it just sparks, and it's you don't get hurt or anything as long as you're not, because this is insulated. It's not rated for power, but it's insulated, so you're not gonna get zapped or anything. I mean, it's mostly for wiring. Even if it's blown up, it's still useful. It is. It's still useful, but when when it's your job to use this like every day and hour after hour and minute after minute, basically, it becomes very annoying when the cutting area, which is down here, where my finger is, when that cutting area is gone because you've blown it up, it becomes really frustrating to use. Do you have a blown up one to show, or are they somewhere? They are somewhere. I don't think I've ever thrown a pair of pliers out. They're probably in the garage, in a bin somewhere. I probably have one at work tomorrow that I can bring it and show. If I remember, I will bring it and I will show it off on Wednesday or put it in the Discord. But I did show one off, I think during like the New Year's stream or somewhere around the New Year's stream. The rust gives a poison effect. It's a win-win. Are you an electrician? Yes, I'm an electrician. Part-time YouTuber until he gets famous and starts forgetting us. No, I'm not going to forget. Like I always said, I will never forget the OGs and the people who were here after the OGs. I may forget like when exactly you joined, as evidenced by today, but the names themselves I will never forget. Like I would always be like, oh, that's Nico, or oh, that's Vitali, or oh, that's Kitty Cat. Like I will always remember the names. I think even if I ever well, I don't want to say if I ever like quit YouTube. I don't think quitting YouTube is, I don't want to quit. I would never like, it's not even in the cards for me to quit YouTube, but let's say if I did, I would always like remember you still. It's just something that's so new to me that it would be hard to forget people who were there at the beginning, or like even 6 months later or a year later, You're familiar with Working Tools Fits? Asked Vitali. I will get you a 77 Days to Die. I don't know what, I've never seen that game. Like I've heard of it. I don't know what type of game that is. But okay, Kitty Cats, what were you, when you were asking, like, are you good with horror games? What were you referring to exactly? What game? Like, are you talking about like an Alan Wake or like an Until Dawn, or are you talking more about like an atmospheric game, or more like a first person crafting style game, or what sort of genre, kitty cats? Blowing up, zappy zappy, spark followed by shit. Actually, um, yeah, once you blow up enough tools, you're just kind of like, fuck, not again. You're not really. It's not as. It's more about the money going down the drain than it is like the shock or the scare of it. You know, like at the first couple times, it's you kind of get a little nervous. You're like, oh my god, that was so scary. But then it's like, okay, it's just whatever. It's just $40 down to the drain, right? Kind of sucks. Now, I will say that it's not usual for us to work live, but in some situations, like for instance, if you're doing a renovation, it's very easy to get live wires and dead wires mixed up. So if you're not paying attention because somebody calls you, or if you thought you chucked a wire for power, but you didn't, and you think it's dead, it's like those situations are when you run into problems. Working live in and of itself is actually like if you're like troubleshooting a house because you don't know what the problem is for why a plug isn't working, you almost have to work live in that scenario. But when your goal is to work live, you already know to think about everything. Like, okay, I got to be careful with this wire, I got to be careful with that wire, and you're not really cutting into wires at that point. You usually cut wires during a rough-in portion of a project. And like I said, if you're doing a reno where there's wires that are live feeding parts of the house that you can't turn off versus new stuff that you're running, that's when it becomes a problem. So you got to be extra careful in those situations. If you leave YouTube, Ultravaldo, I'm not leaving YouTube. Trust me. Like I have plans to open up more YouTube channels that are different varieties long before I leave YouTube. Like I really want to make YouTube a career, right? Like it's something that I want to do later on in life when my body's no longer able to be an electrician. And luckily I'm still like in the age range where that's possible. But whether it's gaming or a different genre of content creation, I will be on YouTube. Like basically, that's going to be basically my future, essentially, is what I wanted to do. Now, gaming is really easy for me to get into because I like gaming and it doesn't require a lot of like thought or research versus if I was to do a different genre, some other channels that I have ideas for, it would require a lot more skills that I don't have yet, that I've started to acquire some of them, but a lot of skills that I don't have, and also a lot more research into topics that I want to talk about. So, are you offended that there's no dedicated electrician skill tree in Ani? No, I'm relieved. You'll be happy to know that I'm relieved. In fact, I think that the Factorio version of how electricity is handled is even better because you just plop down big, medium, or small power posts or whatever they're called, and it does it all for you. In Ani, there's at least a little bit involved when it comes to building certain size of wiring and certain wattage, but it's not nearly as complicated as real life. So I've actually, you have no idea what a relief it is to not have to worry about like a dedicated skill tree or more complexity than there already is. Like imagine if you had like for instance, in real life, the rock crusher would be a minimum like a 600 volt, probably, I don't know, 600 volt, probably 50 to 80 amp machine, let's just say, right? So you would have to size the wire according to that and be like, oh my God, why am I doing this? And then you have something like the supercomputer, which would most likely be a 120, 20 amp maybe kind of thing. Maybe like 240, I don't know, because it's got like water running through it or something. So there would be so much more complexity that they could add to this game that I don't want to deal with. I honestly don't. So I'm very happy that there's not more So Kitty Cat says there's quite a few I could suggest, but it's was seeing if it could be a thing before I started saying it can absolutely be. Like I said, I am 100% willing to try games that the chat wants me to try. Now, whether or not people will show up for them is a different thing, because I want to do something that people will show up for, right? That's kind of a otherwise I just be playing for myself. So I don't know, but I don't know if I can make a game where I'm like more focused as interesting. I probably could if you guys wanted to see it, enough. And so I'm 100% willing to take suggestions. So feel free to leave them in the Discord. The best way to do that would be to probably tag me in Discord, or just post it here in chat, and I'll write it down, and I'll try to remember some of those games. But what I should do actually is put my entire game library into the Discord so that people can see what games I already have, and if there's a game that they'd like to see from that. The other thing that I was going to ask about was if you figured out how to do raids on YouTube. Oh no, I saw that you posted it in Discord though, but I haven't played around with it. Electrician work is interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. It also is pretty good. Like it's a good job. I'm not trying to downplay the electrician role, but it is very physically demanding, especially on your knees. You spend a lot of time going up and down ladders, and you spend a lot of time kneeling as well. So it's pretty rough on your body and in certain parts of your body. We have to help him or he's literally gonna die. Well, not that dramatic. But eventually you get to the point where the repetitive movements is something that you can no longer keep up with. And that's my next plan going forward, is to start doing I want to start covering a lot of different topics, but I just don't have the time. I barely have the time to do one YouTube channel, let alone a lot. But gaming is easy. Gaming is fun. It's easy. It's there's usually not much to learn about a game before you can start making videos on it and helping other people. So it's easy. If you're trying to make more high quality production videos, then there's a lot that you have to come up with your own animations. I'm certainly not doing AI for that. I have to learn how to use Blender for certain things. The cats because one cat's nearby. So there's a lot that goes into that sort of thing. The rock crusher energy is just to return to its place. It's previously charged by punches. I mean, that's the punch to me is more like a so if you've ever worked in a factory environment, you push the button to initiate the process, but that's kind of how I view this thing. Candy Crush Saga. I've seen variety streamers do auctions. That's interesting. Do you know Ohm's Law? Yeah, I know Ohm's Law. Ohm's Law. Ohm's Law is one of the first thing you learn in electrical. Okay, if there's anything else that you guys would want to ask me, other than that, I will probably get going. You missed Reddit, I think. Okay, let me go back. The Candy Crusher's energy is just to return the button to its place. It's previously it is obviously charged by. Yeah, I did misread it. It is obviously charged by punches. Yeah, I missed. You know what? So I did misread it, and I did miss the joke. I'm really bad at getting jokes on the first go around. So if you don't see me react to a joke, it's because I just totally missed it. I always said, like, I forgot who it was, but there was a time when I said to the chat when I was one of my first month or two of streaming, I said, if you're gonna tell me a joke, you have to give me heads up, because otherwise I'm gonna read it seriously. Okay, chat. If that's all for today, I think I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna post the you misread and I misremember zero sum each other. I have the memory of a goldfish too on occasion. That's one of the reasons I can't go too long without continuing an Ani playthrough because I forget what I was doing. Vibrator, hey, see you later. Thanks for stopping. Thanks for being here for so long, Vibrator, and thank you to everyone else who was here also for the stream. Really appreciate it. Vitaly, thank you for always being here. I really appreciate your support. I love the emoji. Uther, thank you as well. Appreciate you always stopping by. And Weird Token, thank you so much. I'm not surprised an electrician likes Ani with the wire gauges. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Ani, like, there's a little bit of electrical aspect to Ani, but it's really basic. If you're interested after the stream ends, a friend, the Real Bald Hala, is streaming Jurassic World Evolution. Okay, so that's that would be something cool that if you guys want to check out. So we've sort of rated the Real Bald Hala before, but not like officially because I couldn't figure it out. So if you guys are interested in heading over there, I am following the Real Bald Hala. So let's see if I can bring up his stream and paste it in the chat here because I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to ratings. So I think just pasting it, well, at least you guys will get the notification of where to go. All right. So it's not an official rating in the sense that I'm sending everyone over, but it's an official rating in the sense that I'm sending the link. So here we go. So I'm gonna send you guys over via a link. Hopefully this works. Let me know if this shows up. But there you go. There's the link for. Hopefully you guys can click that. That's for the Real Bald Hala. He does. Oh, there you go. So Kitty Cat's because he does Satisfactory. We watched him do Satisfactory before. So let me see. Just gonna catch up here. So let the Real Bald Hala know you came from Ethan. All right, because we're not doing a real raid, but just let him know you came by. We're doing another one of those pretend raids, but okay. Let's see. Fitz says I'm gonna head out. Bye, guys. Great stream as always. Thanks for you guys for being here. Thank you so much, Fitz. Kitty Cats, thank you again, Kitty Cats, for the super chat, the memberships, and for the holy smokes. There's so many. There's memberships on YouTube, and then subscribers on Twitch. That's right. So thank you, Kitty Cats. Really appreciate your support today. And thank you to everybody else as well who hit the like button. We had 30 likes today. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for being here. I think there was like 60 viewers at the peak on YouTube. Can't remember exactly, but thank you. And again, thank you for just going back to the earlier stuff that I was talking about. Thank you to everyone for the continued support. Like, and again, it's just so cool that some of you guys have been around for so long, and it's really nice to see the familiar faces all the time and the new people as well. Okay, so Vitaly says, yeah, the bearded dude, did he finish the tower from before? He looked really busy building it. That was a pretty sick tower. Let's see. Thanks for the stream, Ethan. Thanks for starting him out. You are very welcome, Kitty Cats. And have a great night. Have a great rest of your night. Hope that the stream is fun on the other end here. I already see some of you guys. I see, look, it's me there. I see Fitz there. So see some people are going over already. So good night, Kevin. Good night, Nico. Thanks for stopping by, Nico. Appreciate it. See you, Vitaly. Good night. Thanks for always being by, coming by. And thank you to everyone else who was here, who was just lurking and already left, or if you are just still lurking. Thank you, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. He dodged the dupe comment. No. Where is it? I thought I read. You know what? I read it in my head. I know which one you're talking about. In memory of a dupes. Is that the one? Let's see. No, I know I read it in my head. I was talking about something else while I read it. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna find it now. Where is it? Where is it? Oh no! How far is it back? Is it the one about the in memory of a dupe? You mean you just a dupe dictator though, murdering them all? Is that the one? There was another one, Kevin. There was another one. I know there was another one. But that was the latest one. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I did read it in my head though. Okay. So, anyways, I'm gonna post this playthrough on Discord because somebody asked for it. So I'm gonna end the stream. You guys, see you Wednesday. We're back on Wednesday for more Ani. Take care and thanks again.